These days my guns stay loaded, my family's a little more close. Sometimes we're barely fooling. Stay loaded, please don't rock this boat. But if we tip on over, we won't wash to the shore. We'll sink down to the bottom, 'cause we've been here before and we can breathe underwater. Been down at the bottom so long we can breathe underwater. So tell him to bring it on. Now he's a big timer, but he's lost on the river. Never went without, never had them cold shivers. Had a silver spoon, always warm in the winter. Drive a fancy car, never had to kill a standard. No bloody hands, never really had a backbone. Never been too deep down the back road. Never showed no respect to a flagpole. Come on, city boy, just another punk asshole. Me and mine, we gon' make it through them dark days. So take your ass on back down to Park Place before you end up in the deep end where them hungry ass sharks stay. We go hard all day. Been here, done that, that's a given. Out back, guns out, country living. If you doubt that, find out, come and get it. We ain't going nowhere, but I'm about to go swimming. These days my guns stay loaded, my family's a little more close. Sometimes we're barely floating, so please don't rock this boat. But if we tip on over, we won't wash to the shore. We'll sink down to the bottom, 'cause we've been here before and we can breathe underwater. Been down at the bottom so long we can breathe underwater. So tell them to bring it on.
Won't you take me back to the old days? Just horses in a wagon, shotgun shells and wishing wells. And you could hear them pistols blasting. Better give them hell, but live to tell. Let's write another chapter. We just want our country back and we gon' get what we after. In them pastures, in them fields, we the ones that keep it real. You come stupid around here, that'll probably get you killed. Cold steel under cold skies. A rebel soul from the old times like Jesse James and those guys. I'm watching you with both eyes. I ain't telling no lies. If you wanna come and get it, backwoods country living, shotguns and ammunition, whiskey drinking, steady sipping, saying to hell with the system. I've been living at the bottom, so I'm about to go swimming. Y'all can hate it or you can love it, but I promise we ain't budging. If them boys looking scared, someone probably told them we coming, so y'all better get to running, but don't head for them hills. That's where the hell we live around here. We keep it real, boy.
These days my guns stay loaded, my family's a little more close. Sometimes we're barely floating, so please don't rock this boat. But if we tip on over, we won't wash to the shore. We'll sink down to the bottom, 'cause we've been here before and we can breathe underwater. Been down at the bottom so long we can breathe underwater. So tell them to bring it on. We can breathe underwater. Been down at the bottom so long we can breathe underwater. So tell them to bring it on. You can't take my freedom, can't take my land, you can't take my guns from me, young man. Don't tread on me, you'll fall where you stand. I played dirty as a dog, Lord, forgive my sins. The world that we're living in is going to hell. You'd rather bite your tongue and by the stories they sell. Stand my ground till the day I'm gone. Salute the ones who never made it home. I bleed red and my stripes are white and my skies are blue. I don't call 911. I was raised with guns that I like to shoot. I was born and raised here. I was raised to stand my ground. I keep one hand on the Bible.
Yeah, come on.
And a middle finger to the man. I keep one hand on the Bible. And a middle finger to
See,
the
we
man.
soldiers in this new age and tread on enemy lines. Old school in our veins and never change with the hands of time. All these crooked politicians on a mission just to find all the brains they can wash and all the rules they can't apply. Just a bunch of sheep inside these fences, always sleeping, mostly senseless, medicated, incarcerated. I hate to say, but the truth is vicious. Lied to and deprived too. They got us in the system. Middle finger to the man. You either with us or against
I
us.
bleed red and my stripes are white and my skies are blue. I don't call 911. I was raised with guns and I like to shoot. I was born and raised hell. I was raised to stand my ground. I keep one hand on the Bible.
Yeah, come on.
And a middle finger to the man. I keep one hand on the Bible and a middle finger to the
See, we
man.
soldiers in this new age and tread on enemy lines. On the school in our veins and never change with the hands of time. I said we soldiers in this new age and tread on enemy lines. On the school in our veins and never change with the hands of
I
time.
bleed red and my stripes are white and my skies are blue. I don't call 911. I was raised with guns and I like to shoot. I was born and raised hell. I was raised to stand my ground. I keep one hand on the Bible.
Yeah, come on.
And a middle finger to the man.
What's up, everybody? Just about got tired of playing around with this damn restream thing, so I just went back to StreamYard and thought, well, just wanted to shoot the shit. So, thought I'd take a break and shoot the shit. Y'all can hear me okay? I hope. 5x5. Morning, Anna, Hoot Owl, Sherry, Huckleberry, Tony, D-Dog. What's up, sir? What's up, Camo, Josh, Wings of Faith, Mama Red, Shift Kicker. What's up, William? Miss Sherry. Hope I ain't missing nobody. If I did, just overlook me. It's a Sunday, so good morning, good day, good evening. You know where all that. You know how that goes. It's a Sunday. It's chilling. Yeah, Joshua Child, what's Camo got here? I'm a bit concerned. There is a massive, strange, bright yellow thing in the sky surrounded all by blue, and the birds are making odd whistling sounds like they like it. Real unusual. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Tony says just came on YouTube and boom, rescue. Cool. Well, thank you. Very unusual to see you on a Sunday morning. Yeah, I had to take a break. I've been trying to gather some material. So, Wolverines. Morning, Jennifer. Miss Kim. Figure out. Oh man. So hopefully everybody had a good Saturday, good Friday night, a good Saturday night. Hopefully the weekend's been going pretty good. Hey, morning, Miss Cindy. I just figured I'd get on and, I don't know, it's my virtual living room. Figured I'd just kind of kick it with you guys and see who was doing what and how everybody was. And then I'm going to get ready for tonight. Tonight I'm going to start at midnight. I'm going to try to go as long as I can. I'm going to try to do the moment of silence at 2 p.m. for me. Let's see, how did I have that figured out? I had it figured out where I was going to try to acknowledge it for the Pacific Coast, Central Time, and the East Coast, all at 3 p.m. for a moment of silence. So I was going to try that, trying to gather some stuff. Try to make a thing and just kind of do a thing and maybe remind ourselves of what our freedom and our liberties to sit here and enjoy the things we do, even go through some of the things we don't like going through, but it would be a whole lot worse a whole lot of other places. Hey, morning, Miss Gigi. Squirrel. Hey, morning, Paul. Mr. Rich. From the big state of Alaska. Hey, Wizard. Oh, is that the one where it's kind of like sung in a story way? There's one out. I don't know if that's the one where if it's labeled that, but there's one where it's like a descriptive Star Spangled Banner about basically the battle. Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, it's freaking awesome. I love that one. Hey, Gigi. Well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty sore, but I knew I was going to. I've been trying to gather some materials. I'm in the process of making me a rolling dual potato bin deal. So thought it would be fitting this weekend as a reminder. Yeah. You know, I could go ahead and I could throw that up. Yep, that's awesome. I heard that sound at the start of it. I'm like, yep, that's the one. All right, we got to kill some background music. Hey, morning, D's. What's up? There you go, Devil Dog. Hit the like button. It's more fun than getting kicked in the nuts. This is the truism. So, hey, Sister Marie. How to do, ma'am? If y'all want to kind of kick back for about 11, 12 minutes, going to play this this version of the Star Spangled Banner. It's called The Attack on Fort Henry. I personally love this right here. I think it's awesome. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Hey, TJ. Morning, ma'am. Morning, Thunder. Well, welcome aboard. welcome aboard. Kick back and this is kind of just like my virtual living room. I kind of do this to chill and hang. This is where a lot of the coolest people on YouTube come hang out. I'm blessed that way. So y'all check out this song. Oh, thank you, Gigi. I don't know. Only when I chased
There
the
was a
guts
lawyer
off
once.
these-
His name was Francis Scott Key. He penned a song that I'm sure you're aware of. You've seen it. It's in most hymnals throughout our churches. It's called the national anthem. It is our song as an American. We go, however, to a ball game. We stand in our church services and we sing the words of that song, and they float over our minds and our lips, and we don't even realize what we're singing. Most of us have memorized it as a child, but we've never really thought about what it means. Let me tell you a story. Francis Scott Key was a lawyer in Baltimore. The colonies were engaged in vicious conflict with the mother country, Britain. Because of this conflict and the protractedness of it, they had accumulated prisoners on both sides. The American colonies had prisoners and the British had prisoners. And the American government initiated a move. They went to the British and they said, let us negotiate for the release of these prisoners. They said, we want to send a man out to discuss this with you. They were holding the American prisoners in boats about 1,000 yards offshore. And they said, we want to send a man by the name of Francis Scott Key. He will come out and negotiate to see if we can make a mutual exchange. On the appointed day in a rowboat, he went out to this boat and he negotiated with the British officials. And they reached a conclusion that men could be exchanged on a one-for-one basis. Francis Scott Key, jubilant with the fact that he'd been successful, went down below in the boats, and what he found was a cargo hold full of humanity, men. And he said, men, I've got news for you tonight. You're free. He said, tonight I have negotiated successfully your return to the colonies. He said, you'll be taken out of this boat, out of this filth, out of your chains. As he went back up on board to arrange for their passage to the shore, the admiral came and he said, we have a slight problem. He said, we will still honor our commitment to release these men, but it'll be merely academic after tonight. It won't matter. And Francis Scott Key said, what do you mean? He said, well, Mr. Key, he said, tonight we have laid an ultimatum upon the colonies. Your people will either capitulate and lay down the colors of that flag that you think so much of, or you see that fort right over there, Fort Henry? He said, we're going to remove it from the face of the earth. He said, how are you going to do that? He said, if you will, scan the horizon of the sea. And as he looked, he could see hundreds of little dots. And he said, that's the entire British war fleet. He said, all of the gunpowder, all of the armament is being called upon to demolish that fort. It will be here within striking distance in a matter of about 2.5 hours. He said, the war is over. These men would be free anyway. He said, you can't shell that fort. He said, that's a large fort. He said, it's full of women and children. He says, it's predominantly not a military fort. He said, don't worry about it. They said, we've left them a way out. And he said, what's that? He said, do you see that flag way up on the rampart? He said, we have told them that if they will lower that flag, the shelling will stop immediately. And we'll know that they've surrendered, and you'll now be under British rule. Francis Scott Key went down below and told the men what was about to happen. And they said, how many ships? He said, hundreds. The ships got closer. Francis Scott Key went back up on top and he said, men, I'll shout down to you what's going on as we watch. As twilight began to fall, and as the haze hung over the ocean as it does at sunset, suddenly the British war fleet unleashed. He says the sound was deafening. There were so many guns that there were no reliefs. He said it was absolutely impossible to talk or hear. He said suddenly the sky, although dark, was suddenly lit.
Morning, Miss Sherry.
And he says from down below, all he could hear the men, the prisoners, saying was, "Tell us where the flag is. What have they done with the flag? Is the flag still flying over the rampart? Tell us." 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours into the shelling, every time the bomb would explode and it would be close to the flag, they could see the flag in the illuminated red glare of that bomb, and Francis Scott Key would report down to the men below, "It's still up. It's not down." The admiral came and he said, "Your people are insane." He said, "What's the matter with them?" He said, "Don't they understand this is an impossible situation?" Francis Scott Key said he remembered what George Washington had said. He said, "The thing that sets the American Christian apart from all other people in the world is he will die on his feet before he'll live on his knees."
Morning, Miss J.
The admiral said, "We have now instructed all of the guns to focus on the rampart to take that flag down." He said, "We don't understand something. Our reconnaissance tells us that that flag has been hit directly again and again and again, and yet it's still flying. We don't understand that." But he said, "Now we're about to bring every gun for the next 3 hours to bear on that point." Francis Scott Key said the barrage was unmerciful. All that he could hear was the men down below praying. The prayer, "God, keep that flag flying where we last saw it." Sunrise came.
Morning,
He said
John.
there was a heavy mist hanging over the land, but the rampart was tall enough. There stood the flag, completely nondescript, in shreds. The flagpole itself was at a crazy angle, but the flag was still at the top. Francis Scott Key went aboard and immediately went into Fort Henry to see what had happened. And what he'd found had happened was that that flagpole and that flag had suffered repetitious direct hits. And when it had fallen, but men, fathers, who knew what it meant for that flag to be on the ground, although knowing that all of the British guns were trained on it, walked over and held it up humanly until they died. Their bodies were removed and others took their place. Francis Scott Key said what held that flagpole in place at that unusual angle were patriots' bodies. He penned the song, "Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light
Sorry about that. Hit the volume.
what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. Or the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet fly and wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?" The debt was demanded. The price, it was paid.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets sprayed clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Morning, Monty. Morning, Yankee. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. Psalms 33:12. Right on. Well, thank y'all for being here and sharing that moment with me. I appreciate it. I just love our country. I think we have it awesome. Right, William? Yeah, I watch it all the time, every year, throughout the year. That one's a good reminder. That's take off this crap that they try to pitch now. Richwell says, may all who have sacrificed for our country, both soldier and family, be blessed with love and peace. I would say if y'all are, you're having a gathering, later this afternoon, this evening, tomorrow, be sure and throw a prayer, throw some remembrance up. There's a big price paid. Hey, morning, KY Moon. Okie doke, Miss Gigi. Have a good weekend, ma'am, and smile, or be the reason somebody smiles. Oh, I see that, Mrs. J. Oh, no, hit gal, I had it on, but I took it off. During the anthem, and I guess I didn't put it back on. Is the glare getting you? I don't want to blind y'all. I don't want y'all getting these bright white spots burn into your screen. Oh, thank you, Miss Cindy. Thank y'all for being here. And I'm gonna do some more starting at midnight tonight. That's what I'm gonna try to do tomorrow. I'm gonna try to just do different things. You know, uh, Arlington. You know, the meaning of Remembrance Day, what we call Memorial Day. So many people only view Memorial Day as a day off with pay. They have no idea what it's for. Oh, that's it. Who the hell? I mean, that's, you know, and I'm not mad at people. I mean, I probably would start to get upset now. It's kind of like if you get reminded and you kind of do the I don't give a shit kind of thing, then yeah, well, you know, you kind of, everybody's free to choose. You're just not free from consequences. So, well, that's all I'm saying. But I get it where people have just been desensitized, you know, and it's like, oh yeah, it's barbecue time, or it's, you know, oh, 3-day weekend. Yeah, it's kind of like me. Oh, let me pick one. Let's see, who isn't gonna turn me in? Well, this guy shouldn't. Hell, his name's Gun Drone. I'll just play it. Let's see, did I miss anything? Love and light. I'll have a blessed daytime for church. Okay, shift kicker. Have a great day. The 26th was my mom's B-day, so yesterday me and my younger brother grilled steaks, brats, and cooked shrimp for her. Oh, that's cool, money. Wizard. Who say does that Star-Spangled Banner? Oh, I know, Missy. I just love that damn video. We might even have to play that one again here in a few minutes. I see on ABC that Uvalde has a memorial set up in the center of town square for shooting victims, and Jill Biden is supposed to be there. Oh yeah, Mrs. J, do you want to drop your link? And anybody wants to follow Miss J, she had that's her new channel because her other one got trashed. Rich camera, I love it, man. I use that. I'm a little shiny on top. Hey, I think that's kind of fair market use because I've even been saying that with myself, Rich. I used to laugh and tell people going, shoot, no, man, this is a solar panel for a wild sex machine. Hey, man, you know, some people say they caught a fish this big. Other people figure other ways. Right, Hoodell? Remembrance Day / Memorial Day used to be a very somber, respectful day. Oh, I know, man. It's when you used to just see, that's the weekend. I mean, yeah, we would barbecue and we gathered because then they would talk about, you know, the things that we have and all the people that, you know, fought the fight and keep our freedoms, you know. Hey, let me turn this background off and we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Although I don't know. Okay, I'm going to throw the pledge on you guys. So, and I understand if you don't stand. I mean, I'm not trying to be all. It's more, I personally have a hell stand in it. Okay, So this is The Pledge by Red Skeleton.
I remember a teacher that I had. Now, I went through the 7th grade. I went to the 7th grade. I left home when I was 10 years old because I was hungry. And I used to, this is true. I work in the summer, I go to school in the winter. But I had this one teacher. He was the principal of the Harrison School in Vincennes, Indiana. To me, this was the greatest teacher, a real sage of my time, anyhow. He had such wisdom. And we were all reciting the Pledge of Allegiance one day. And he walked over, this little old teacher, Mr. Laswell was his name. Mr. Laswell, he says, he says, I've been listening to you boys and girls recite the Pledge of Allegiance all semester, and it seems as though it's becoming monotonous to you. If I may I recite it and try to explain to you the meaning of each word. I, me, an individual, a committee of one, pledge, dedicate all of my worldly goods to give without self-pity. Allegiance, my love and my devotion to the flag, our standard, Old Glory, a symbol of freedom. Wherever she waves, there's respect, because your loyalty has given her a dignity that shouts, freedom is everybody's job. United. That means that we have all come together. States, individual communities that have united into 48 great states. 48 individual communities with pride and dignity and purpose. All divided with imaginary boundaries, yet united to a common purpose. And that's love for country. And to the republic, a state in which sovereign power is invested in representatives chosen by the people to govern. And government is the people. And it's from the people to the leaders, not from the leaders to the people, for which it stands. One nation, meaning so blessed by God, indivisible, incapable of being divided, with liberty, which is freedom, the right of power to live one's own life without threats, fear, or some sort of retaliation. And justice, the principle or qualities of dealing fairly with others. For all, which means, boys and girls, it's as much your country as it is mine. And now, boys and girls, let me hear you recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Since I was a small boy, 2 states have been added to our country, and 2 words have been added to the Pledge of Allegiance: under God. Wouldn't it be a pity if someone said that is a prayer and that would be eliminated from schools too?
Yep. And they did take the pledge out of our schools.
Yes, they did.
What's up, Mr. Money?
None. I always try. That's the same one I always try and share of the Pledge of Allegiance is Red Skeletons.
Well, I didn't add you while I was playing because if I do, then
I know
it automatically kicks it.
Right. I know. Because after a while, I waved and I was
And,
like, "Oh, he knows I'm back here."
I'm going to put a link to that video. So there's a link in chat, which thank goodness Auntie isn't here, because Auntie would be chewing me a new one right now, because I didn't even type in Red Skeleton Pledge or nothing. I just put the link. Auntie
Hello,
will
all
chew
you
me
beautiful
up.
people.
But that's the link to that video we just watched, the Red Skeleton one. So anybody that wants to bookmark that, save it, or and if you'd like, hey Wizard, can you put that link up for the Fort Henry one?
What?
The first one that we watched, the Fort Henry Star Spangled Banner.
Oh yeah.
The attack on Fort Henry. We played that one. And if Wizard's got a moment, he can put that link back in, and then everybody will be able to save that video if you'd like.
Fort Henry.
Those are two that just don't get old. I mean, you know.
There's
Matter of fact, I wish we could like somehow like hack in, plan it, and it does one of those little broadcast things, you know, like in-game thing or whatever, where it's like everybody's thing turns that.
you know, at the end of the broadcast day, on the 3 channels that we had when we was growing up, that's what most of them had was the Pledge of Allegiance and the flag, and then the jets flying. Showed the jets.
Oh, you started your day. They started every morning with the pledge, and then you'd end the day with the Star Spangled Banner and the Blue Angels or somebody flying.
Yep. Besides the Red Skeleton, the Pledge of Allegiance, I usually share the John Wayne's America the Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So the link that Wizard just put in is the one to the Star Spangled Banner. It's the narrated version, the attack on Fort Henry, the first one we heard. So that'll be the link if you want to bookmark that or save it. News from UK. Platinum Jubilee time. The holiday created for us to celebrate on is 6/6/2022. Check out those numbers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Ain't that weird date? So, in the UK, Platinum Jubilee time. That's the holiday that they created, and it's on June 6th, 2022, which 2, 4, and 6. So, yeah. I ain't throwing it all together all at once. I just ain't doing it.
Right. Well, that also
self-explanatory.
That also happens to be D-Day, too.
Yep. It is weird, though, that they picked this year to actually designate that holiday. When it does that way, it's kind of just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if Carl wanted to come up. I meant to throw him one. Oh, for hell, I didn't realize you can do it through the messenger. Oh, that does some big old ass message. I don't want to do all that. I like it. At the flea market, extremely slow. Sold a candle holder I made, though. Sweet. Cool deal, Eric. And hope you're having a good day, sir. I see what John said. John said, I think I'll lube my Ruger and make sure my powder's dry. tool's only as useful if it's clean and maintained and properly oiled. Off to make some beer. Be well. Alrighty, wizard. Have a good day, sir. Try to smile, buddy. Or be the reason somebody else does. Make some good beer. That'll make somebody smile. If nothing else, it'll make you smile.
Later, wizard. Mrs. J, I don't know. It's just a random picture I got off the interweb.
We need natural law and common law, and by all of them lot and educated. Hey, what's up, Redneck?
So, did you decide to stick with StreamYard?
I'm still playing with Restream, dude. It's so weird.
The settings for the OBS?
Well, I think what I'm going to do is I might even just, because I was going to wipe my computer and redo Windows anyway, and then I'm going to make a little virtual and run it in my Linux box. And then I'm going to run Windows in it, and then I'll just do all this in my Linux box, but I can do it in a virtual machine. No, you can actually run like 3 operating systems on the same computer. You just go up and set up virtual systems, virtual drives, virtual everything, virtual motherboards, processor, video. You share the video. Because what you got to do, man, I've been sitting there, I played around with it, and that's actually, hell, I didn't even realize I went live when I went live yesterday, because I clicked the damn thing and Restream, and apparently, oh no, that means you're going live. And it's like, well, wait a minute. So that was kind of weird. I was sitting there reading, and I go, oh wait, hell, I'm live. So then I just cut it off. That's why I never even looked at the camera or addressed anything. But if you want to do it through OBS, now running Restream, you can just do it like StreamYard. But I mean, if you want to run it through OBS to where you actually have control of the panel, in Restream, then you have to basically, it's kind of weird, man. You have to go in and set your camera picture up as the whole screen. Okay, so then you'll do that. Then you have to create another scene inside of it for you, and then other boxes that it will put these camera shots. And it'll actually, once you set it up, when you click the little rearrangement tab, it'll rearrange it even in OBS. But that's how you can do transitions to other scenes. So like whenever I bring up the full screen, I could have that where it does some like little curtain thing where the curtain goes whoosh, whoosh, and it goes full screen. That's where all that little production shit. And I kind of, to be honest, man, I'm still on the fence if I even want to jack with all that shit.
Right.
I'm just, y'all are going to mess up your social credit score talking like that.
What?
I ain't got no social credit score. Hell, I'm in debt on that shit too.
Yeah, I know I am. I've been for a while.
But that's okay, because a long time ago I figured out that it seems like the more against the grain of the social fabric I go against, then the better I'm actually doing in the long run, because I'm keeping a moral compass. It's like so ironic. They have hated me for years. I'm not afraid of them. There you go. Hey, Larry. Morning, sir. But I played around with it, and then I thought, well, and actually it was funny because StreamYard kind of hooked me up, because if you ever add team member seats in your account, where you can add members, if you ever do that, you can't get rid of it. And I couldn't never get rid of shit. The only way was to go to the free account. Well, I'm like, I don't want the free account, because I want the logo and be limited to just 20 hours a month and all that. So every time I was going to try to redo it, because I had canceled it, and then I went to Restream, and I thought, I'm gonna go ahead and let me do. Well, then I'm talking with them, and they're steadily going, no, just click here, and I'm going, it ain't working. Send them screenshots, going, see, that's what it tells me. So then I kind of got hooked up, and for now anyway, for the month. Hey, what's up, Chuck?
Hey, Chuck.
Yeah, I can throw an invite to Chuck. There we go. And then social credit score, I would take a watch list first. I'm already on the watch list, I'm sure. Been there. That don't bother me none either. There we go. Got that out and about. Oh, and there's Carl.
Yeah, he said he's going to come up.
Let me make sure it went through. I don't know. See, I don't know. His is weird because it's red, so I don't know if it goes through or not.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, let's see what we got.
Okay.
Tell me I've been following all the deformations. I love it. We're all probably already on the watch list, especially as vets. Well, yeah, that's actually the funny part, William. I got him in a conundrum because, hell, I'm a vet and a felon. So now what? It's like, lock me up, let me out. Lock me up, let me out.
Be truth to Tom. How are you?
What's up, Mr. Tom? You had a few
Devil dog.
Looking extra cute.
Good thing you didn't say I look adorable.
Is going well. The truth is spreading, and they are the scared ones. Judgment is coming. That's it. Well, there's Mr. Carl. What's up, Mr. Carl?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How are you, sir?
What are you doing, Camo?
I'm surviving.
Still sunny side up?
Yeah, I'm still with us. You know, Monty asked did I need the link, so I was like, yeah, I'll come up. And I waited.
I thought you was meaning you already had the link.
I thought I did it through Facebook.
Oh, if it shows up a red thing, yeah, that's telling you it didn't go through. Sometimes you got to do that over a couple times before Facebook will allow your. I mean, they quit letting me send BitChute links and Rumble links. Now I can send those again. So there's some kind of control issues going on in that messenger.
I hate that. I'll use it to talk to you, to send you a link, which now I find out probably hasn't even been working all this time, to send Ricardo a link. And then when my wife walks in here going, hey, look at that post that I put up. And tell me what you think of that. And it'll be like, well, oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I'll add you to my Facebook, but I don't do anything there. I only use it for the messaging now because I'm like, public enemy number one. I say one thing on somebody's post, I either got trolls following me or I get strikes for something stupid. It's just, they pulled a freaking meme out of my memories from 3 years ago to give me a strike when I wasn't doing anything. So they could give me a strike.
Yep.
They feed what they decide what you're going to see. So even though you're friends, you can be friends with those 500 people that you went to school with, know every damn one of them, known them for decades. But if y'all get to talking certain topics, all of a sudden you're like, well, what the hell happened to 490 of the other people? I hadn't heard from them. It's only been these 10. Because they sit there and do all that little shadow shitting around. And my wife gripes about it. I've never cared for the program to begin with. I just only had it because customers had it back when I had a computer shop. And they would complain about the Facebook game. So then I would actually fix their shit and then play the game going, okay, there, it's all back. You're good to go. And they, oh yeah, it's like a new computer. It's like, no, I just got rid of all the shit. You know, it's that you never use the computer, but somehow the cache file is like full of all kinds of shit. But that's okay.
When somebody used to post on Facebook, it would go in sequence, meaning that, you know, Monty posted something at 10 and you posted something at 11. I could scroll back and in order by sequence of the time that it was posted, review everything. I could catch up to a whole day doing that, you know.
Not no more.
Once a day. No, now they got this deal where, you know, you interact with somebody a couple times. Now they're going to show you all their shit. You know, it's like, okay, this guy's, you know, this is your focus now. Forget about your other 499 friends.
Yeah.
You must focus on this one now because you interacted.
That's
you know,
it.
it's like,
well, and they shade it too, because then, I mean, hell, I've sat there, me and my wife even played around. Especially during the peak of a lot of that shit, you know, right there at the big E word, you know, that you're not supposed to mention. Oh yeah, it was funny because it was that I was getting so hit so hard, dude, that I would literally post something. I could walk in there and my wife would pull up my account on her computer, and it's like, yeah, you don't get to see it at all. But watch it, walk in the room right here, you see it on my screen, but you can't see it on yours. Oh, it was crazy. Hey, I was going to say something right there. Tom said, I'm getting ready to pretend to be productive. I don't think you're going to pretend too much, Mr. Tom. I was probably just bred into you to just be productive.
So,
William said you better watch Camo. It looks like his solar panel is sparking.
Yeah. So William's one of my big fans, you know. So
4 or
he's got
5
a
months
lot to say.
4 or 5 months ago, Facebook tried to get me on when I went and clicked on the message that they popped up there and to say that my account was suspended again. I'm like, for what now? And I clicked on it and it was a message out of Messenger. I'm like, hey, whoa. So then when I went,
everything's fair game for them.
I went into my secondary Facebook account and then switched back. Everything was all good. I'm like, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
This is like what I'm seeing with YouTube, right? You know, I'm subbed to like 500 channels or something. But yesterday, for instance, I watched a video on a mower deck repair, all right? One video I watched. One video, all right, on YouTube. Now I get up this morning and my whole feed is all about this Toro pony lawn tractor. It's like there's freaking 11 videos on there and it's not showing me nothing else going on. It's all about mowers now. Over one video.
Oh yeah. Oh well, I forgot who it was. Somebody was saying hell all they did was they got bleach out of their pantry and poured it down their disposal to clean out their garbage disposal in their sink. Put the cap on the bleach. Went over and started it up, and bleach ads were popping up. Just weird shit.
That is weird.
Back in November, Riddle, okay, so on my Venmo, Riddle sent me $1 first just to make sure it was going through. He goes, $1 to go towards the sex change. This is one he was joking, you know. So a month and a half later, in my news feed, that's what pops up first. It's a video about that. I'm like, really? And I called him up. I was like, really, Riddle? He goes, yeah, you're probably looking it up. I was like, no. I did.
Oh, it's everything. I mean, if you pause, if you're scrolling on YouTube and you pause, if your mouse cursor happens to be stopped over a certain thing, even though you're reading the one on the left, if you watch, you'll start seeing more of whatever that was over.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's just the system and it's actually, I know it sounds real nefarious and it's being used nefarious now, but in all honesty, it's digital marketing. They were doing this shit back with the surveys when they get you to, hell, that's what the stupid, what is it, the damn book thing Publishers Clearinghouse shit. That's all that's about, is to sign for magazines so they can get you in a marketing database to pump you some more shit. It's kind of like a marketing census in a way.
I don't like people making decisions for me. It drives me nuts.
Well, they do. It's like I used to try to always tell people, sometimes you get those emails saying to unsubscribe. Don't unsubscribe. You know what unsubscribe really does? Unsubscribe says, yep, this was a valid email. Somebody's really not behind the door. That's what that does. It doesn't unsubscribe. It just puts you over there going, yep, this is legit. They hear everything, see everything, and say anything to get you to believe they don't. Yep. Chuck.
The tuna lid? Yeah, I just read that. Improvise, adapt, and overcome, I guess.
Hell, for $1, you don't even need a tuna can lid. For $1, just go over to the nearest door. Just slam that bad boy. That's all you got to do. That'll solve that real quick.
I don't know which Jackass movie it is, but it's one. I think it might be the third one. The dude has a loose tooth, so they tie a string to it, attached to I think a Lamborghini Diablo, I think it was, or something like that. So they take off, and I'm like,
matter of fact, there's a prime example of this. This is how we got where we are. That became entertainment. Let's just do the stupidest shit we can think of. We can compete with that show. That's where TikTok was born from. And look, people go, TikTok, man, the crazy shit. Really? There was a show that had a series because it had so many people watching it. So I wouldn't be too shocked about TikTok. Jackass made a good little bit of change off of that show. Not so much the actual guys, but the network. You all have a great day. Tom said, you all have a great day. I got to hit the road. See you all later this evening. Right on, Tom. Have a good day, sir. And smile.
Keep the underside on the road, Tom. Good to see you.
Later, Mr. Tom.
Man, his creek is awesome. I don't know if you've seen his videos.
I've seen some of his surroundings. He's in heaven.
Yeah, and they rebuilt that. They rebuilt the bank part up there, and so he actually has like a road, almost like a little slope. It's not road because it's not gravel, it's grass, but it's a perfect little ramp that goes up, plateaus right there, and then bam, there's the river. It was like, man, now that's nice.
Looks like Newsman's got some info.
Robert, hey, rescue, can I come please address something from last night? What happened last night? I wasn't even on.
I mean, not drunk. I was just thinking.
Yeah, I mean, can you find out, Money? Do you mind? I'm not trying to drag you or get you involved, but since you talked to Robert, could you just kind of maybe ask him what it's about? I mean, I don't know what that means because I wasn't even on. I didn't get on YouTube last night. I don't even know what happened. So was there more stuff?
I don't know. I missed it too. Light that.
Robert, Money is asking you about it, and if you can let him know.
He said, "No, it's not. It's not you. Just something good news."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was right the first time.
Yeah, I guess if you want to send him the link, Money, because I don't have any contact for Robert.
Honestly, Rescue, I think he's pretty much single-minded. Robert's on news all the time. I don't think he gives a crap about anything else. It's like, just give me the news.
Well, yeah. It was the way that came out was just like, something from last night. It was like, oh, and of course we're here, it's like, what does that mean?
Wolverine! Rocksteady.
What's up, Rocksteady? How are you? Hopefully your day's going good.
Now, Robert, take that link, send it to your own self in your own email, and then come up on your laptop.
Resting for once. There you go. Well, if it's
Kentucky
for once,
Moon.
then that must mean you needed it.
Haven't seen you in a while, Kentucky Moon. Cigarettes. I replaced a worm drive, the screw in one of my bait casters last night at 3:00 in the morning.
Aha.
I finally got the new part. $16 for a $5 part.
It's weird. I actually found the little diagram part thing for my Ambassador 5000 reel too yesterday.
There you go.
Yeah. I was moving through some papers and I went, wait a minute, what's that? Oh, there's that little parts piece. Yes. Nice little
I'd rather traded you guys for projects because I spent a whole day yesterday having a long conversation with a mower deck. But I won, and it's seen things my way now. So,
well, believe it or not, Carl, I would have gladly traded jobs with you because if I had been able to work on your mower deck, sir, I'd have felt ecstatic. So I would have gladly worked on your mower deck because I wish I could work on mine.
So you're weird too. I get it.
Oh, I so wish I could do stuff.
Robert, why you gotta go the easy way? Always challenge yourself.
I tell you, that's I told my wife when 6 months into this, when this first started, I said, this is what happens to people when they retire. I said, see, they retire, and if there's nothing to do, I said, you just feel like you're just like dying inside because it's like, I want to do, only for me, it's not a matter of a retire, it's physical not being able to, but I want to. My brain goes 90 to nothing. But my body just, it's a no sabe nada.
All right,
So,
Robert, I emailed you.
But I man, when it first hit, matter of fact, it wasn't, doing this is actually what's kind of brought me back and got fuel back in my tank because, dude, you just start feeling just about as useless as shit. How does that go? Useless as a boar tit.
I get you a sewing machine and teach you how to sew.
Morning, Ridge Runner. Morning, Kim.
You can make stuff and you'd feel real good about it.
They don't make regular sewing machines durable anymore. You can't even sew a pair of jeans back together.
No, I got old ones. You're right, Monty. They put nylon gears and everything.
Oh yeah, they get shredded. The gears do.
Tennessee Ridge Runner, Wolverines.
What's up, Mr. Robert? So what you got?
Thanks, that was better, Monty. It's easier for me doing it that way.
Let's sew camo, Kim says.
Are you on your laptop?
iPad, do you hear me?
Hold on, turning him up a little. Try it again, Robert. Say something.
Testing.
Going a little more. All right, do it again.
Testing.
There we go. That got better.
Was your finger over the microphone?
Must have been. Yep.
No, when he gets on his iPad, his volume is down. That's why I say come up on your laptop because your Chrome browser already has the permissions to do that. Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm not mono because I got to get more intel.
Kim, I got 2 walking foots. I only use one of them right now. I got an extra walking foot, a nice one, Conso, fully operational. You know somebody looking for one? I got one to sell.
Hey, Camel.
What's up, Robert?
What you got?
Address last night to everybody in chat that came over last night. That was my best show. I had 524 watching last night after the rally, and I was calling up and saying,
I was there for a minute. You had good numbers and a lot of likes.
Yep. It was great show, and
awesome, buddy.
So I just want to address. We talked about the rally and stuff and everything, and so what's your opinion? Do you think that was the real? I always say if that was one for, if it was him, or 2 if it wasn't. I think it was him because he brought the hats out, he threw the hats, and he had the red tie. So
I didn't see it. I haven't
Oh,
seen it yet.
I
I was
missed you,
reading.
Monty. Yeah, missed you, Monty. Where were you? You in the basement?
Oh, I was grilling food.
Yeah, him and his brother were celebrating, kind of remembering their mom.
Oh, okay.
No, for her birthday.
Her birthday.
For her birthday, yeah. So we grilled her some food.
But yeah, it's a rescue. I think something's going to be coming soon. I think 'cause that June 5th, they're putting dates out again, but I don't know.
So what are you doing with your weekend, Robert? Are you killing and grilling?
No, all the families in Texas. I got
Down
my
there seeing your nephew.
no, we can't afford that. See, I got both my nephews down there on the bases there, but rescue they bought a pool, the round pools, and the one they're both Australian shepherds, and the female one I think likes the big pool, and the other one was afraid of it, so they had to get a little pool and everything. I had a video of it and everything, and he was in the pool, doggy paddling, getting the ball and everything and stuff.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Oh, cool.
yeah, so yeah, yeah, other than that, it's different now. I mean, all the family's gone. My brother's in Indiana and stuff, so my sister's here, but she has a busy schedule and so yeah. But I was reading Rescue that I guess Monday night's going to be the meteor shower.
Oh, okay. Well, that's Monday night. I'm gonna start at midnight. I'm gonna start do a little reminding of Remembrance Day.
What days are you doing that? When are you doing that, Rescue?
Starting midnight tonight.
And you're going to do it every night, or are you just doing it when?
Doing it for Monday, all day Monday. Starting Monday at 12:01 at midnight for me.
Right on.
And then I'm gonna go as long as I can. I'm gonna try to make sure I time it at 3. I'm gonna try to hit the Pacific Coast, Central Time, and East Coast at 3 to try to do the moment.
I have actually got on after midnight and went, wow, nobody's live, and wished that you would have started earlier than 3. There's been a few times I was like, man, I wish you'd come on earlier. And then I get all tired by the time you come on.
I thought about it, and then it picks up in the morning, and man, it's so hard to log off when there's like 60 people there, and you're kind of going,
oh, I bet. Yeah.
I hate to leave, especially.
You got 50-something people in here right now.
Yeah.
People love your Rescue. They do.
Campbell, do you know who Wolverine is? Is there someone that has a channel that is big?
Did you say Wolverine?
You mean like what they're saying in chat when they say Wolverine?
Okay, what happened?
No, Carl did that.
See, Robert, there's this movie in 1981, I think it was called Red Dawn, and all the rebels in that movie, their fighting cheer was Wolverines. They yelled.
Oh, yeah,
so
okay,
me and Rocksteady started greeting each other with Wolverines every time we see each other, and then people started catching on to that. Now I got like 20-something people that greet me with Wolverines every time they see me. I started a movement, Robert. I started a movement.
Oh, yeah, the Red Dawn movie, is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I love that. Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah, that was cool.
The original. I've heard. I didn't even see the second one. I was told don't do it, Carl. It'll ruin it for you. So I just ignored the second one.
It will.
Because Lenwick has a resource that's named Wolverine, and I guess he's high up. So.
Well, that's what happens, Robert. When you get popular, they start to copy you. There's probably another News with Z-Man out there or something, or another Z-Man out there because he's got on there and said, "Wow, this dude's got over 500 people. I want to be this guy." So then he's going to imitate you.
I feel for him. If anybody goes to imitating me, man, I feel for you because that was.
That's the thing is nobody.
Morning, Ronnie.
Only a fool would envy me, so. I don't want to be nobody else neither, Rescue. You know, I'm good with what I am. I don't envy. I don't want to be nobody. I don't want no fancy car because my neighbor's got one, and you know, I don't want that. I never did.
So is my
Yeah.
sound better, a little better, Rescue?
Yes, sir.
It sounded pretty good.
Yeah, this is my tablet, so. Yeah.
So did you enjoy the rally?
It was good. Even before he went on, that lady from Wyoming was awesome.
Oh, Lauren Brobart.
Yeah, she really. Oh,
She's a firecracker, that's for sure.
What was that word that she was keep saying? We're sick of something or something. What was it? But she was addressing it every time.
I didn't watch it, Robert. I didn't see it. I was reading last night.
Oh, but it said
Robert, you know how you give everybody homework?
Yeah.
I got something for you.
Okay.
Get a pen and a piece of paper. All right. And I want you to write these 4 words down. And then I want you to Google search it. And when you go to the Google or DuckDuckGo or whatever search engine you're using, click on the news. Once you do the search, you click on the news in the filter. All right. There's a filter that says news. And I want you to do Yuma guilty plea election. All right. Those 4 words.
Easy, killer.
And I want you to see how many hits comes up that shows that there are arrests being made. Right?
Hey, what's up, Will?
How you spell that, Campbell?
Glad to see you.
Yes. Now, the homework is this, though, Robert. The homework is to start. Yeah,
you got to say selection. You got to say selection.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'll get tagged again, probably.
All right.
Hopefully, they'll be a little forgiving on this one since it's Memorial Day weekend.
But then start replacing Yuma and guilty plea with other things and start looking for more because they don't want you to know about that, but it's out there. It's real.
Oh, yeah. Well, hell, if you want to, just look up Brockovich. Because, see, that's where people get confused, too. They think some of that's county stuff, and it's not county. It's state investigators.
Yeah.
So look under Brockovich, because that's who's actually going and knocky. Yeah. And no, and the only reason I said anything, Carl, is because the other day I was talking about that, and all we did was talk about the E word. I just said it. I didn't play no videos. You know, I don't do that. So I didn't play no videos of things. All I did was talk it, but all of a sudden, bam, misinformation. Here's your first warning. And it was like,
they took all my lives down because of my big mouth. I'm sorry, man. I did not mean to.
No, no worries. That's why I was just saying something. I do want to real quick say, hey, Cold Beer Condemned, Will, welcome. Kick back and enjoy.
Somebody timed him out.
Yeah, what happened there?
Dagbird.
Probably an accident because Kim's all right. Not
it probably was. Yeah, I think it was one of them finger hits.
It happened.
Campbell, what was the word again? Yuma?
Yeah.
Yuma guilty plea.
And then the big E word.
Selection without the S. Is that better?
Yeah, I'll try to look it up.
You go.
Well, you know, what you do is you go to this week in the filters, just the last week, and then you go to the news section, and it'll throw up several articles that validates that as reality. And it's like I just saw one guy that kind of recognized it. He's like the first arrest from the 2000 donkeys, and it's like going under everybody's radar. I think they're doing a really good job keeping the people from being informed.
Oh yeah, well, definitely then dig, because it's actually before that even. Actually, they found out, they confirmed that movie because there had already been some arrest, and it was done out on a different level. One, well, the snitches that they caught then actually started snitching they pled guilty and everything, but for lesser punishment, they started snitching, and that actually turned them on to some other things, which
Well,
then
that's funny you
confirmed the
mentioned that.
2000 thing, which then also led them into a warehouse and certain residents that have
Yeah.
now opened Pandora's box.
There it is, right there. You're right. And what happened is they raided a couple of nonprofit organizations, which led them to some more information. And the person that is pleading guilty was already set for a court date on the 12th of this month, and they were going to plead non guilty. Well, since the donkeys came out, then they changed their plea. They're like, oh well, I'm ahead. All the video evidence was revealed, so it's going on a multilateral right now. There's more than just this one thing going on.
Oh yeah,
That's
a
what
real good person to follow is Brian Lupo. It's Cannabis Conservative, and he's got on locals. He's
Can you
actually
throw
got
his link
CanCom
into?
Live right here in YouTube, and he's got on. I think he's on Twitter. He's on one I usually follow is on the locals is the only one I kind of go to. But then I don't bounce through all this. There's just certain ones I kind of follow. I just want to know where current things are.
So
Me
he
too.
does.
But
He does the
on
deal.
you're
locals,
talking
all his
AZ.
content you don't have to pay for or anything. There is a subscription thing if you want to sign up. All that really pretty much does is if you want to interact during the streams he does on locals, but he makes it a point that everything he does on that to put on the up in front. And one thing that's good about Brian Lupo is not only is he a non-active Marine and he still maintains his honor and his integrity, but everything that he talks about, he actually puts receipts for, so he can follow that
That's
up.
his handle.
So,
That's his channel name is Brian what?
in locals, let me pull him up.
How do
If
you
Indy
spell
was
the
here,
last?
she'd be dropping some bombs. She's got all the links, which I know
What?
Keno and all them do too. I just threw this one off this morning. I didn't plan this one. There he is.
I don't know how to spell the last name.
Here, I'm fixing to put him a link in. So there's a link in chat. That's for his locals channel. And like I say, if you go there, he's got links for all his other stuff because he's on the other platforms. He was actually, he's one of the guys that way back at the beginning of all this E-word shit, he actually had a real big following here on YouTube. He's one of the ones that got hammered quite a few times and then had that news article written about when they talked about those YouTubers. He was actually one of them. And then that's when he transitioned over to there. He's also on Rumble.
So he got kicked off not long after Alex Jones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And he had, I want to say he was up to like 57,000 subs and stuff. So, I mean, it was a good following. And now he's over there on locals and he's on Rumble. Like I said, Twitter. He's on all of them. What you got, Robert?
Rumble. My last thing was I was going to tell you that Mike Lindell said there's going to be a movie coming out July 16th and the 17th. So I'm not sure what he's going to be showing. So.
Well, I hope they can bring the facts, and I hope people just, man, I don't know. It's what I preach all the time is you got to start local and you got to put some skin in the game. So you can't throw your hands up and walk away and then continue to grab. Got to go ahead and vote. Do your part, do a poll watch, or do something local. And to be honest, it starts right there in your living room because it's the next generation that we're going to have to rely on. So if we don't start teaching our younger generation some moral compass values, then so starting in the living room, but then as far as elections, we need to go down to find your county clerk, your county judge, your sheriff, who's your county DA. Get to know them. What is it? If it doesn't look pretty dark in the area, I don't know, because unfortunately I'm blessed to live in a pretty awesome constitutional minded area. My county kind of rocks.
Well, thanks for letting me come up and tell everybody and stuff. So yeah, Cam, I'll try to get on there before I come on today.
Well, I think there's going to be more. It's just the beginning. Now they can't say it was all, a theory. It's no longer a theory. Things are happening.
Oh yeah. Big time.
But have a good rest of the week, Memorial Day, everybody, and
see you soon, Robert.
Yeah, and I'll be coming on at 3:30. Love you all, panel and the chat and everything. And stay safe out there.
You got it, buddy. Have a great day, Robert, and be sure and smile.
Yeah. Talk to you guys later.
Later, buddy. Let's see, what do we got in chat? We got something from Cindy says the gal that Robert was referring to is Harriet Hagen, GOP candidate for Congress to replace Liz Cheney. She's fourth generation rancher from Wyoming. She gave the lengthy "We Are Fed Up" rant.
Easy choice there.
Well, yeah, between those two, it's kind of like, well, I don't know. Do you want to stick your foot in the actual bed of hot coals, or do you just want to stick them in the water over here? Gosh, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this for a minute. You know,
Well, the only thing I really am concerned about rescue is everybody going, why do we need to vote? They rigged it last time. It won't do any good. I'm afraid of that because we do. We need to get out there stronger than ever.
well, that's probably the most frustrating thing for me is I don't know, and but I mean I don't bounce around to all these channels, and that's just not my forte. But
I've seen
there's a few I go and I'll listen, and sometimes I just sit. Sometimes I try to just listen. I used to pull up a couple on the different machines just to give people the credit because people say they need watch hours for this, that, and the other, and I
do that all the time, man. I do that all the time. I'll have 5 lives running just so they get to watch and the likes. You know, even if I can only focus on one.
Yeah. Nowadays, I hadn't been doing it so much. I gotta say here lately because I've been trying to do a few little projects, and man, that shit'll kick my ass. I'm damn near puking my guts up. I'm trying to pull these boards and shit out, and pulling stuff ain't so easy.
No,
and that's I wish I had that chair that Bug Out's got because it's got damn tracks on it, boy. With that damn thing, I could be out here rolling across.
What are you talking about? I didn't see it. What are you talking about? What's Bug Out got?
His brother had left a chair there, and it's it's a cool chair, but it's got tracks on it. Where like my hover thing has wheels, that one has tracks. So it's like the perfect outdoor chair, and I'm kind of like in the woods. So, but I didn't plan on being
mobile. It drives. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh yeah. It's kind of like it's a motorized wheelchair type thing. It's like a hover around type chair, only it's got tracks instead of wheels.
He showed you on one of your streams?
I don't know if that's really Alley Cat or if that's just, I don't know. But
Allie, she's a Democrat. She said that
we'll raise the gas prices even more, and we can unemploy more people. More people can starve. Hell, if we can give them a few more years, we might not have anything on the shelves no more.
She's a proud Democrat, There are some of those out there.
No, man, this ain't even politics anymore. If you're that anti-human life that you can watch this go by and still go, that's my peeps, then it's whatever. And all I can ask you is just go somewhere else and enjoy a show or something. It's just not for me. Things are too cruel, narcissistic right now. This ain't just political as normal. This ain't just some policy shit.
Yeah, no.
It is what it is, and sorry, I don't make no bones about it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. See what? Just
That's what I try to do.
My little world.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I didn't think you would, Elliot. I don't know. It's just that the vote blue. Anybody that votes blue for a Democratic Party, you must enjoy watching all of the country collapse because this all brought on them by them. It's not a debate. I didn't come on to talk about it, so I'm going to drop it.
Wolverines into the world. George, good to see you.
Into the world, one. What's up, Kiss Off? Morning, afternoon, where are we at anyway? Well, then I guess since there are some new people in here, and so before things get taken out of context, because I pretty much just say whatever I mean and mean what I say, and I try to do it politely and everything, but my it's my living room. So I get all these channels with all this hem haul and all this drama shit and all that stuff, and I treat this just like I would my living room or my yard, my property. You guys could come and hang out, act like an ass, or we don't jail. I just ask you to go on down the road. That's all. So things here, as long as it's chill, then I stay chill. That's all. I would say then, since there is a first time I've had a proud Democrat in here, so if we'll just keep the political opinions, and I hate to say it, I guess, but if I had to be fair, it'd be asking you if you could keep your political opinion to yourself, because I mean it's kind of my living room, so it's not like I'm asking for it type thing. So I agree to that. That's it, Gigi. So I just want to make that clear, because there's some new people people that hadn't been here for a while. I think Alley Cat came way back whenever I first started. She was here. Right. Yeah, but it's all them bodies that are going to be in the process. And that crash ain't going to just come financially. It's going to come emotionally, physically, materialistically.
I'm just zipping it.
Thank you, ma'am. That's all I'd ask.
I'm just zipped up.
Do what?
I'm not going to say shit about none of that.
What's up, Wingnut? Dude, homeboy, man, I need
Wolverines!
I'm going to try to sell some stuff I got in my shop, and I've been thinking if I do, one of the things Wingnut is one of those units that you got. No, Kim, and I don't know what happened.
I think that was an accident, Kim.
Yeah, I think it was one of them finger deals.
We go to mess with something in it, and the chat moves. It gets
I
people.
don't know. Ridge Runner, are you still here? He might have been, actually, because he typed Wolverines, and then that's when that happened, and then
even Gigi's saying it now. All I got to say to Gigi is squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yeah, that's like her mascot.
Okay. Damn, I've been missed out a few things. I also follow a guy on Locals too, Robert Barnes. He's an attorney. Kind of like his take on things sometimes, because he just kind of does that whole non-emotional side. Just reminds me of that old TV show, Dragnet, with the "Give me the facts, just the facts."
Oh yeah. Oh, Sergeant Friday. Only the facts, ma'am.
It happened when the panic hit the chat when I said hello to Will. I don't know if it was that.
There's been changed to protect the innocent.
Oh, I wouldn't think it was that. I even said hi to Will. Man, everybody's welcome here. That's, I don't know what gets said outside here. I don't really care too much. I mean, all I can say is if a person can't come in here and ask me what you got to ask me and hear it straight from the horse's mouth, then there you go.
I know Alec had a little while. I was on a panel with her where she, stated she's a Democrat, and it's just I'm just not gonna announce any of my thoughts on that. The more that you bring something like that up, the more friction that you're gonna get on some stream.
Well, Huckleberry not Huckleberry, but Ridge Runner. Was there a reason? Do you timing Kim out? I mean, was there something? Or was it, I figured, a finger thing?
I thought it was an accident too, because I didn't see any offense made.
Yeah, And this is pretty much one of the chill environments. So
I gotta say, Alley Cat, you're the only one that I know that's got the balls to even say they're a Democrat anymore. So I gotta hand it to you for sticking with your color. But man, I just want to know one good thing that the Democrats have done for us. And
thought we weren't going to bring that up.
Sorry, yeah. Man, I can tell where my mind still is. I'm sorry.
And you were even the one that said that too.
I know. I'm just, but I got to give her credit too. I'll try to.
Well,
I know the old
got a deal
school
going on later on because she said something to Huckleberry about if he was going to be there.
I don't know. You're right.
Yeah,
Thinking out loud, damn it. Did I say that out loud? Shit.
Hey, Brian, what's up? Right. End of the world. Camo busted yourself. Hey, morning, Brenda.
No, but I felt what you said too, brother. That's all. Oh, Jesus. Somebody change the freaking subject, will you? Bring something up in chat that I can use. Somebody.
I can tell you, I'm not a prepper. I'm just pretty much, dude, I started this, so I had people to sit there and kick shit with and talk. And
how's that weather? How's everybody doing?
That's what I do. And that's why sometimes I play music. Sometimes I like all kinds of ideas. Hell, I can get camo started right now. All I got to do is reach over there and grab my son's, certain items. I won't even say it out loud. Otherwise, it's going to get his blood going if I just say those words out loud.
I'm wondering where they came from. Now I know.
Hey, what's up, 420? Miss Cindy? Hey, what's up, Billy? Best life. How are you, brother? Hey, by the way, Billy, dude, those trellis things that you built, that's pretty cool, and I love them flower beds. It almost looks perfect. I could fit my chair right in between them bad boys. I wish I had thought of something like that.
Hey, 420.
So if it was a wild dragon and it was high, it would be pretty dangerous because it would have the munchies and it'd want to eat a lot, right? So that's the dangerous thing is a wild dragon, 420.
The weather in Seattle is typical Memorial Day, cloudy, sunny, rainy, right? And let's see, I like that. Risky, I asked Huckleberry because I had over 200 trolls in my stream last Sunday and he's a model. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, this is where, I don't know, I'll just kind of, I enjoy all the cool people, almost all of the cool mods, which right now I guarantee you most of the mods are tripping because I'm on this early. Usually it'll be tonight, but you got Keno, Anti-Jack, all of them. I even hate to say name them because I know I'm going to forget them.
Canadian Patriot, good to see you.
Beautiful day here in Ontario, Brenda. 72 today, perfect. Awesome.
It is a beautiful day. There's this yellow thing in the sky. I don't even know what's this about. Birds are making noises I don't usually hear.
I know the sky is nice and pretty.
Yeah,
it's clear. It was nice after all that rain. I'll be glad when that rain. I'm not into ground saturation, man. It don't always set well right now. Them past few hurricanes are just tore this house to shit.
Got a lot of that going on here. Every puddle's full. Rivers are high. I should be outside, but rescue came on.
I started to come on and do it on my damn phone. And then just go take my chair out, and take the dog out, and go out.
So, and by the way, I only caught a glimpse of them G.I. Joes. But it's funny how whenever you bring that up, there I am. Anyways.
There you be.
Those are 90s from what I glimpsed. They're 1990s Joes in a 1990 plastic footlocker, which they don't have no value. They have some value, but I would give those to a kid that would use them. They don't have
So,
a lot of. I mean, $10 a figure, you'd be doing well. So they're still. It's a good toy to pass down to a kid.
oh yeah,
You know.
that's what I'm gonna do with them. I'm gonna find somebody that got a kid around that age, that's interested in that kind, or would start playing with them.
Yep. Yep. Get them some guns or something to go with them, because you can buy little accessory packs for a song.
Well, actually, I still got a couple in it, but actually, it's funny because one of the helmets and one of them I actually had taken off because I did some hot glue, and I actually made the little boot helmet gun little memorial thing. I made one for the inside of a computer. It was a custom type thing, and yeah, so it's like a nose.
That's how
But
it happens, man.
I'm not sure. I don't think the firefighter helmet's in there anymore. It might be, because there's a firefighter and
Yeah,
the
there
two
was a
GI
few.
Joes.
Yeah, did he come with the axe and the yellow
Yep.
helmet, or was it? Yeah, all right. Because there's a few
And
of them, but yeah.
What did Best Last said, rescue? Did you see my taller garden beds? We need to get you something like that. See, my problem though, Billy, is man, it's like yours. Yours looks awesome, but I'm on a slope, and so that's I said it before. I wish if I had a thought that I was even going to be in this type of position, I would have done some different landscaping, because, man, the minute I go out my door and I go down that ramp, when I get to the bottom of that ramp, it's on like Donkey Kong, because everything is then at a grade. So that's why I don't even go out to my building and hardly anymore, because that's just such a damn chore to get out there. And it's just it's just one of them little sucky ass moments, and you just kind of you look around and you realize that you can gripe about it and it ain't gonna change nothing. So I just roll with it. So that's why I'm trying to roll. I'm gonna create like an X frame with a bin on the bottom and a bin on the top, but it'll be low enough where I can access it in my chair. And that's what I want to do potato beds in. That way I can roll them in the sun and put them in the shade when they need to, or out of the rain. But yeah, no, your pan now, as flat as your yard was and the way your beds are, those are awesome. Let's see what Ali said. We had 4 days of downpours, but the rain smelled so refreshing. Oh, I know. That's the one nice thing about rain. It washes all the crap away. Well, at least the smell of it for the most part. Around here, it's cool because it washes most of the pollen shit off.
So, do you think that thing that Bug Us got was custom built, or is it store bought? Because I got to look that up.
Sir?
That tracked gizmo you're talking about, Bug Out had. Do you think that's custom made, or was it store bought?
No, I think it was store bought, because I think he said his brother ordered it.
Okay, I'll find it then. I got to see it.
Yeah,
It probably ain't cheap. It probably ain't cheap.
I don't know if I think I can show that picture.
What do they call them? Segways? That's what I kind of got imagining a double Segway or something with.
No, it'd be like a power chair or something like that. I'd say power chair.
Oh, so it's sitting.
Yeah, it's got like a seat, like a wheelchair. It's just that it has a motor and it has tracks.
12K. Mirror, thank you. I knew it wasn't going to be.
Right.
I see 12K and I start thinking, well, I could make something,
Man, that's why the best advice I can give anybody is just go ahead and start looking at what would you do if things went bad. How things would move around, or oh, look, Billy says he's got grocery bags and strings to make parachutes if he wants to bring GI Joes over. Right, Billy. Oh, hey, morning, Bridget.
All right. On the other hand, I want to say something, Risky. Give me permission to say something. Just one thing. I just want to say this one thing. And it's level-headed. I'm not being no malice, no nothing intended. It's just, I want to say this. If I was to go into a Democrat platform and announce that I'm a Republican and I, voted for Trump, I would expect people to go, "What the heck are you doing here?" So it's really when somebody comes in and just announces that they're a Democrat in a community like this. To me, I got to wonder what the motive is behind that, because you're not going to change anybody here. Are you? So it can't go. It's not going to go ignored. It's like something said to create either a conversation or an argument, one of the two. I hope it was trying to create conversation.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, I mean, unless people are wanting and normals, because I mean, I didn't. To this weekend, to me, is kind of out of that. My whole intent was, if anything, today was just kind of laughing and lighten the mood, because later I wanted to kind of go in with the reminder of what Remembrance Day really is for.
Yeah, there you go.
Ultimate prices were paid, so this was,
keep me on course, man.
Let's see. So I wanted to ask.
G.I. Joe's a pretty patriotic thing. They started off very patriotic.
Yeah. I think he said, Huckleberry said he thinks he said 12K, because that's, see, I was thinking that too. I just didn't know if that was just some random ass shit in my head or not. So,
no, Valerian, I don't attack nobody.
And then Bridget seems to be in reverse in the end. It's just a word. Shame on everyone's mess who attacks Alley Cat over a banner. Get to know her before you drop them all. Okay, I don't even know what y'all are talking, but I'm going to address it just like I did the other. Just that's outside this channel. So, man, if that's some conversation that needs to happen, take it on wherever that goes. And so I don't know nothing about no banner shaming shit or nothing. So that didn't happen here. Let's see. What
People.
Here you go, Rusty. Not our place to judge. We need to find a way to agree to disagree. Really. Yeah, I mean, this is all about lighting it up. So, I mean, I'm all about better mood shit, man. All you got to do is flip on that stupid TV if you want to kind of get all wound up.
I haven't had a TV since, I think, 2009.
That's why I don't watch it. It's all the whole purpose of the crap that they show on there is to energize the negativeness in you and to get you riled, and I got no desire.
Rescue.
So you'd attack them because you think they'd attack you so much. See, this is where this is now. So if you're new, I get it. If you done been here, you already know. So it's just, all I'm going to say is to please stop. I'm assuming everybody's grown. So simple enough words. Just please stop. We're good to go.
I shared something for you to share.
Oh. Well, okay. Give me 1 sec. Let me just make sure it's about honoring our veterans. I think it's called an action track. I'm allowed to. Nope. Alrighty. Yep. We're all good. So now we're moving on. Moving on up. Oh, see that's cool.
That's a stand-up one.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm here. I'm gonna take yours off for a moment.
And then there's you see the camouflage one.
Oh, watch. This is what the guy that I brought here has. You're gonna. This is, and I was like, oh man, I'm just. I ain't got that kind of cash, dude. Watch where did it go? I think I even have it down in the damn OBS folder is what it is.
The first time I actually seen one of those work, it was a video of this old boy. He had the cavalry hat on, but it stood him up, and he played taps on the bugle. And yeah.
Look at this bad boy. Dude. If I hadn't, like I said, hindsight's 20/20, but
yeah. They got a little bit bigger model than that too on the track wise.
Now,
same kind of seat.
Well, and what that does is that seat stands up.
Yeah.
So you sit in it, but then it will stand you up, and that's why. And then he can shoot from that. That's why that's his gun stance right there.
Right.
And yeah, but I just that's also, dude. That was yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty similar.
He's actually, and I'll say this too, see, because he's been paralyzed. My God, let's see, he got that last year. So, damn, dude, he's been paralyzed 15 years before he finally got something like that. So, I mean, it's
Sea rescues. Now, I'm the guy that, or if you got one of those, I could take and make you a custom Cordura camouflage seat cover with pockets that go around the front and on the sides, and then I could make cup holders that go in the armrests, and we could put speakers in the top up by the headrest. I could deck the seat out for you once you get the rig. Then I could customize it for you.
Hey, best luck.
man, I know, dude. My wish.
Those tracks are rubber; they're not metal.
Yeah.
I think William Tires said that it.
Hey, we all have our dreams, Everybody's got that item that they go, man, and well, that's kind of that's my forte.
You gotta have a goal, man. You gotta have something to work forward to, and then when you accomplish it, you get this feeling that's it's like it's a good thing.
There's two brothers up in Massachusetts. They do they make the all metal mini tank for doorbusters and stuff for the SWAT teams and for military. They also made one just similar to that, only it's beefier, and it zips through the mud for people that's disabled.
Okay,
I just wonder how fast that thing is. That one, the last one you showed was kind of top heavy to me. The other ones that you first showed look a little lower to the ground. Those look like they'd be a little more stable. At some point, you're going to need a roll bar.
I see like that, you wouldn't want to get out. Oh, I know, with the shoulder straps, and it's got the 5-point.
Well, that don't do you a lot of good if it doesn't have any kind of anything over your head to protect you. That's how them old army G's was killing people, breaking people's necks when they flip over on them.
Oh, well, yeah. You definitely could get jacked.
Those 60s Army Jeeps, they actually came out with a roll bar kit that they had to add to them because of liability.
Hey, what's up, Grumpy? Try to get out and they keep dragging me back in. I need a nice chest beer. Well, or a freezer beer or a refrigerator beer, just as long as it's a cold beer.
I've seen
the only time I like beer.
Drive.
I mean, I gotta be.
You see the beer cooler you can drive?
The beer cooler. Oh, you mean like the little?
Yeah, you sit on your cooler. It's got little, handlebars and little gas motor, and you can drive them. I think somebody was making them and selling them for a while. That's funny, redneck. You can't say that word redneck in a chat. It will not show up if you use that word. But the redneck prepper has kept his handle the whole time. If you were to make a sentence, and I think it was Ghetto that found this out, but if you make a sentence with the word redneck in it, it will not show up to anyone but you in chat. Nobody else can see it. That was Ghetto that found that out, wasn't it, Monty?
Yeah.
Turn my dang background music off. I did. That's why it sounded so. See, I can hear that echo in these headphones. It was like, wait a minute.
I didn't even notice the music was gone.
I forgot to maximize my chat too. And then this was all on a fly. I started to do this through that damn restream, but I just really didn't feel like messing with it. Hey, Jewish redneck. Shalom, sir.
That's it. The Howe brothers.
Well, he's used the same word in there too. So you can only use it for your handle. You can't say it in chat. I thought that the redneck prepper was like grandfather claused in or something is why he got away with it. How old is your handle, Jewish redneck prepper? Mouthful right there.
Try a different background music. That one's a little like a downward spiral. No, well, but I will try a different one because this is more like my nighttime one. This is kind of in the real chill. You never know if people are waking up, going to sleep. Let's see.
Remember the movie G.I. Joe, Carl?
You mean the live action movies? I'm really not up on those. And to be honest, gosh, the early 60s Joes, I know stuff about. I don't know a lot about the 80s stuff.
There's a vehicle that they use in there called the Ripsaw. The Howe brothers are the ones that made that.
I do know what that is. That's a real vehicle, yeah. I know what that is.
It's got a big block in
it. Yep.
Oh,
Allie knows what you're talking about. She knows about the cooler.
Redneck preppers had it since 2011. I don't know if Jewish actually heard you when. Hey, Jewish redneck. Kim, I was wondering how long you had redneck in your name. Because, you can't type that word in chat. It won't let you.
You can't type redneck. You can tag someone with the @
tag. Right, but not the word redneck.
Right.
Yeah,
if you check this out. Look at what I found. Whenever Allie said something Talladega, it reminded me. Check this. I forgot I even had this. I need to send this to Zach. This is the Dale movie, but this is the Dale movie still wrapped up.
Right on.
So I don't know if that'd be a good collector for him. I have another copy up there.
You can see it because you spaced the word out, GG. But if you...
Yeah, I like that.
No, this is what I'm talking about. Watch, I'm typing it right now. Redneck.
Yeah, but just try to type the word redneck. Just type the word redneck and
it won't show up here in StreamYard.
And that's only one word. Imagine how many words that are like that. You can type a whole sentence and nobody's going to see it if you use the wrong word. And they don't even tell you what words you can't use.
And everybody in chat and YouTube chat can't see that I typed it either.
Yeah, you can do the @ and then matter of fact, if you do the @ symbol and the first two letters of the person's name, then the whole list of people with those first two letters are fixing to pop up. And so you can easy select that way. But no, it's that word redneck. And yeah, I'm like, Carl, it's like I just almost wish you just want to whip out a Webster's and just start typing some shit in just to see what word isn't allowed anymore.
No, Cindy.
The thoughts crossed my mind.
Second best to Daytona. Yeah, okay. All I can say is there's 2 agrees to disagree, so we might find we're actually on the opposite sides of the pond. Dale was NASCAR godfather.
Don't bring up the Reese's debate, because that gets brutal.
The what?
The Reese's, the great Reese's debate. Don't be trashing out no Reese's peanut butter cups on recipes.
See? Look, there's milkmaid.
Oh, Lord.
See, you mentioned Reese's and she pops
up. Oh, wow.
Up.
Look, KY spelled it right out and it went through. So I wonder what to do this. I wonder if you can't type a single word, just that. Because she put "I am a redneck girl" and it went right through.
I see that. That's the first time I've seen that. Well, what the heck? And I've seen other people that tried.
Hang on. Let me try this.
No, I'll guarantee that's not the only word they do that with.
Nope. No. There's probably other.
Did it pop up? Nope.
How in the heck did she do that?
Let's
Did she
see.
copy and paste it or
Grumpy
something?
says, well, enough lazing about, back to putting a roof on the new outbuilding. Y'all have a great Sunday. Go be free. Oh, by the way, Grumpy, did you get your dehydrator fixed? The parts come in, you got that repair job done? And if you didn't catch that and you already left, well, don't work too hard. Just hard enough to get your roof on.
See, I typed in "you're a redneck" and then I tagged your name, and it didn't show it at all. So that's weird.
Maybe it's that you can't say that word. So maybe it's you. I'm just saying, man.
Anna Lisa.
Hey, Anna. Hell, I guess maybe that's why I get flagged sometimes with my little no type shit, because I say redneck. Oh, I'm just a redneck in the woods. Oh my God, he said the redneck word. It's like, well, I'm a redneck and I
Now
live in
see?
the woods. What can I say?
That you can see, and it says "I am a redneck."
Maybe you can call yourself a redneck, but you can't call
Wow.
somebody else a redneck.
I think that's what it is. That's weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, all are rednecks.
Hey, do camo redneck.
What?
Oh man.
Just do camo redneck and see if it'll put those two words.
Tagging?
No, don't tag him.
Oh,
Or do like a redneck camo. Redneck space camo, see if it'll
I
take
put it
that.
in there. Can you see it? It's there.
No, I didn't even see where you typed anything. Oh, there, Huckleberry got it. Camo redneck, and it went through. Oh, damn. Oh, I have to make you full screen.
mine
I
didn't
can't
go
see
through.
that.
See, and I switched it. I switched what Huckleberry put.
Oh
I
yeah,
put red-
see, it's not out in chat though, Carl.
I
mean, I
switched
see it in
what
there.
Huckleberry. I switched what Huckleberry
Matter of
put,
fact-
and I put redneck camo, and it didn't show.
It should be right after where Milkmaid said that is so weird, and then Gigi says, and I'm a redneck too. Right in between there is where Carl's was, but it ain't showing in
I
chat.
can see your I can see your setup.
Right, and mine was right after Huckleberry's, and I switched it. I put redneck camo, and it
Maybe we just broke the algorithm.
Man, ever enough people type in redneck, it'll just be like start smoking the gears. Now, I'm a redneck. You're a redneck. Wouldn't you like to be a redneck too?
Yeah,
Man,
made it-
you know,
it showed
I
up.
didn't see that. I did not see that as a racial thing. I think they twisted it. I thought a redneck. I really did think this growing up. That a
This
redneck
is-
was like a farmer that worked in a field and got sunburned on his neck because he's wearing a T-shirt. You know what that?
Camo.
I know.
Carl, you're thinking back when there was common sense. This is 2022. That shit, you're not allowed. Don't know. Hell, the cloud's not blowing in the right direction. Somebody got their feelings hurt. And by God, we need to spend billions to try to make that cloud go another direction somehow. I mean, just
You're right again.
there's some batshit crazy stuff going on nowadays. Didn't know that D-Dog wore some red bandanas, poppies. Red poppies.
See, that figures. That figures, Devil Dog.
Larry, just curious what qualifies one as a redneck. See, that's we were you're rednecks around here just because hell we lived in the country and you work most of the time you're sunburnt and it's usually all around the back of your neck where you've been working, and I guess that's where just was around and never was taken as some kind of big it was just no different than being called a football player in when I was growing up. Now it has all this
There's
hidden
always-
meaning.
There's always somebody out there who's ready to pop your balloon. You know what I mean? It's like people celebrating 420. You know, they were all like, "Yeah, man, 420." And then I found out that was Hitler's birthday. I was like, "Oh man, that's like trickery." You know? There's always somebody out there that's gonna pop that balloon on you. I don't know what
Devil
to
Dog
support.
said, Carl's remember when the wheels were square. Someone needs to bring him up to 2022 and tell him that the wheels are round now.
No, yeah, see, that's why I don't watch TV, man. I ain't into that. I'm gonna stick with the old ways. Just can't do it.
Man, you know. I think I might
If it
just
works, don't fix it.
It's really crazy. I try many ways to type every time I refresh it's gone. I'm a T96. Hey, what's up, T96? It says I'm a Cajun Latino redneck. And there you go. A2F for the win.
He's like tried so many times to type it.
Hey,
he gave
Deanna.
everybody something to do for a minute.
The algorithm at YouTube, at the office of YouTube, they're sitting there going, "Oh, this channel's typing redneck." All of a sudden, a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Sending a bear at my
You know, I wonder what other words.
I don't know, man. It's just some batshit crazy stuff in this world nowadays. And it's sad too because it's all people that have totally lost the concept of the freedoms and liberties that we have to the point to where just get rid of them. You know, let's just change it all. Let's do that. You know, and it's like, what? No. Wheels around? Might be a good thought.
Somebody should write a book and call it 2022. Pretty sure it would be in the horror section.
Certain groups wore red bandanas around their neck to show they were union. That's a good point, Steele. I'm also a good-looking ultra MAGA, most dangerous group in the world.
You know, back in the
Psychedelic
70s,
Crimson
they
Clover.
wore a red. Back in the 70s, if they wore a red bandana around their legs, they had pot for sale.
That's not what that. That's not what that means nowadays. That means
No,
you're in.
but it did for a while.
It means you're in the Bloods.
Oh, wow. Thanks,
Hell,
Anna.
down around here, that was just one of the big hair band things.
No, but there were. I mean, it was common knowledge. You go to a concert. I mean, it was here around Detroit.
Oh, well, here, you didn't have to wear nothing to help you. You had to stand still long enough. Somebody's going to hand it to you.
That, yeah.
That was back in the Texas
I
Jam
remember
days.
kids wearing them.
That was a big cloud.
I remember kids wearing them in school just for that purpose. You knew if they were holding or if they weren't.
And let's see, who was that one? I think it was Scorpion. He wore one around his leg. That Poison band wore, I think, them around theirs. Because then I forgot there's a few of them that made it where some people made it a big to-do to put it around their wrist and shit. And I was like, okay, that ain't happening.
That's some bunk shit.
Yeah.
Anna just called me old. What gave it away? White beard?
Gigi says, darn, I gotta go. If you're still here, see you later. Okay, Gigi, you have a great day, man. And smile or be the reason somebody else smiles.
Later, Gigi.
There you go, KY Moon. Puff, puff, pass.
I'll accept that challenge.
Yeah, I was actually watching Flags of Our Fathers earlier. That's a good show.
Your intros made me think of a lot of them, like Ragged Old Flag, or there's a few things that makes me think of.
Been doing my Band of Brothers, man, and I have lost the damn second DVD, and it pisses me off. I can't figure out. I have no idea where it is, and it's like, man, it pisses me off so bad. I'm gonna buy the set.
I can guarantee you this much, Rescue. It'll be in the last place you look.
I might even end up buying me another damn copy of that movie in the tin, just if it's still available somewhere.
What are you looking
just
for?
Because it's the second DVD to Band of Brothers.
Is it missing just like Bushido's flashlight?
Oh no, this one here. I think what happened. We used to have a 5-disc changer in our living room setup at our other place.
Oh, it's in it?
And then
inside.
I think so, and I'm not sure, but I think we chunked it because it didn't survive the hurricane. Because after ever it fell, and I'm wondering if because it kept it hung up the tray, it broke some plastic parts in there, and I'm wondering if I left that damn thing in it, and I wonder if we threw it away or if
take it apart. You're gonna have to take that all apart.
Oh, I'll bust that damn thing wide open if it's in there. If I can find that, I just now got to figure out how I can find it, because now it's hell to dig through shit or anything. So, damn box.
Oh, dang it! Now what? Now the devil dog's dogging on me. What did I do? What'd I say? Captain Obvious. I'm just trying to be good company, devil dog. That's all.
Hey, will you hold down the fort for about 2 minutes?
All right. It's funny that he put old Red Skeleton up there and Clem Cadiddlehopper showed up on the panel.
I'm telling you, can't go wrong with Clem Cadiddlehopper. Put the cadiddle in the middle and the hopper for the topper.
That's why I live in the past, man. It's because it was all better back then. You got to talk to me, brother, or we're going to be really boring up here.
Well, what's up? I was hearing you say something.
Are you staying out of trouble? No
Yeah.
lie.
Doesn't it look like? Look at this beautiful lake behind me. I wish the lake behind me was that beautiful. Shoot.
Yeah, Robert lives right next to this big, giant, wide river called the St. Clair River, right? It links 2 Great Lakes together, and it's full of all kinds of fish.
Yeah,
he needs to get a
he doesn't like to fish.
No, man, he's right next to it, dude. You used to go up in there, Monty, with a empty pickup truck full of empty 5-gallon buckets, and we could fill the back of that pickup truck with smelt. We just we'd make custom long, like 20-foot long nets on a pole.
Right.
And we'd just scoop them up, man. And if you hit that run right when the ice chunks are still floating around out there, you used to be able to get right out on the ice and do this. And you get out there at the right time, you just have thousands and thousands of these little suckers. You just take the scissors, snip the head off, snip the gut out, boom, clean them out, move on. And you deep fry them. And most people dip them in ketchup, but we made sauces and stuff. But man, that was a place to go. Yeah. Look at Kim, he's trying to get me to go fishing now.
Hey, thanks, Wingnut. Yeah, like I was really trying to be funny. Actually, I was.
Now, I know a lot of places to fish around here, Kim.
Hey, is Huckleberry still in the chat?
The mayor?
Yeah. Huckleberry.
Probably. He seems to stick with the stream. See, there he is.
Hey, Huckleberry, you know what that is?
That's a worm gear.
Yep. That's the one I replaced because the paw was too loose at one time, and I neglected to notice it, and so it left a scratch on one of the barrel rolls on the cam loop, and it was wanting to hang up. So I ended up, that's what I changed out last night on one of my reels.
I haven't had to dissect a reel in 30 years. I got a little bit of fishing gear, but I don't have nothing compared to that I used to when I was younger, you know. I haven't been fishing. It's been a while.
I think I got like 15 or 16 poles. Only got a little bit.
I got one of those telescoping ones. And I really, you know,
I got to rebuild this one.
It
don't want to release.
Is that one of those open face, one of those mini ones?
It doesn't
Oh,
want
no,
to release.
that's an ambassador. Yeah, the release right here for the spool.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to. I might have to open it up.
Right.
Something's not wanting to let it release.
There's a spring in there off of that might have come out of the little slot.
It's probably broke, dude, as old as this one is.
Yeah.
This isn't my normal one. My normal one's on my pole.
I think Zebco 404s, wasn't that the go-to rod in the 70s and 80s?
303s.
303s, is that what it was?
That was your big one.
Well, Zebco had 202s, the 303s, 404s, 808s. Now, the ones back from the 80s are actually pretty decent. The ones from like the 90s on up, they switched designs to with plastic gears a little bit here and there, and the casings, and they just they're inferior. Actually, Huckleberry, that piece only cost me $5 and something, but it cost me $16 total to get it here.
That's what I did, Anna. I got a smaller tackle box, and now it's stuffed.
I had a tackle box that was pretty good size. I had it. Oh, I had Rapalas. I had a bunch of stuff in there. I mean, at least $200 worth. And someone decided to help themselves to it. It was in the back of my truck. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'll start carrying my stuff in and out of the house every time.
It's too bad you're all too far away, man. I had this box. I got this. I don't even use it. It's empty. It's out there in storage. But it's one of those big ones with all the drawers, all hard plastic with the dividers on the big open area in the top of it. It's one of those fancy, really big, expensive ones. I got it at a yard sale. I knew I got it like $10 or something. I was like, man, if I had to buy that, it'd be $200. I'm buying that, and I never use it. I need to find a home for it. Like Gresky's doing, trying to find a home for some of the stuff he doesn't need.
That's it.
One of my fishing buddies, he had several years ago, he put 100-pound braid on these big 12-foot poles, right? Leaves them out in his boat. He never brings them in, just leaves them out there in the sunlight. So last year, he's like, I got snagged on something that was real huge, Monty. He goes, kept breaking my line. I'm like, because you need to re-update your line. Buy some more 100-pound braid, because that other stuff is UV broke down. Anything can break it.
It does break down. It gets old, man. It gets old and brittle.
Yep.
Well, and the old filament too. And man, if it's been on there, if it's down inside and it was wet and been used and then just put up, yeah. And it'll be that cast out, and then it'll be that set, and it's gonna be right in there in that weak ass shit that's been sitting in there, and it'll just pop, and it's be like, what? And it's like, yep.
So up until the early 90s, right, the people were making all kinds of colorful boat tarp covers and snap-ons and bimini tops and all these different kinds of covers. And there were some factories that would make them for their Sea Ray boats or whoever. but they used nylon thread. And for years, us upholsterers would have these tarps come in that the thread was completely gone. We just had to sew all the seams over. The fabric would still be good, but we had to re-sew the entire boat tarp because the nylon thread would give out. And it was because nylon breaks down not only in ultraviolet light, but salt water. And both of those things would wreak havoc on the threading. But now they've got a poly-based thread that they use. They call them SunGuard, and there's different brands and stuff. But back in the day, the older nylon, that stuff is susceptible to both salt water and ultraviolet rays. So if you're going to use that old line, you know, it can actually oxidize and age, and it changes. You got fresh line matters.
It gets weak. Hey, what's up, Garrett? Morning, sir. Afternoon.
What's up, Garrett?
Yeah, I wish YouTube wasn't such an ass. Hell, I played like Flag of Our Fathers. Put that in. I don't know. That's one of them things that you ought to be able to play any of that, like on this weekend.
Rescue, one day me and Monty did this 8-hour stream where he played all these patriotic songs. He got 57 strikes in one 8-hour stretch.
The first hour I played the patriotic ones, and then it was from there on, that's when they started putting up a warning. And I was like, I'm glad Rescue showed me how to watch the stream health. And then next thing I know, it's 7 hours later, and I'm like, good golly.
Oh, I know. Well, that's whenever I was doing those long ones, and it's funny because you go look at the thing, and you know when you're in studio, and then you do that little violation thing, and you expand that, and it goes, and it's like, yeah, every song. That's usually how it goes every night. That's why I kind of backed off, because hell, some of them kind of started getting all pissy and shit. I was like, okay, well. And then sure enough, all I did was mention the E word apparently too many times, talking about the jackasses. And all of a sudden there's this, okay, here's your official warning. Dude, that was so weird too. I went to log into studios and oh no, that was the window, was this warning. And then to click here, and when I went there, that's when it proceeded to tell me misinformation. But it was so ironic because all of this fancy, and then the box itself was empty. There was no explanation other than misinformation.
Right.
And it was over the E word. But then it was no like, okay, well what? Because I'm like, I don't even play any videos. And so it's literally, it was off of my words.
Mike, see a 32-pound king salmon? That's pretty good.
I was just thinking of smoked salmon.
I'd like to be able to go and catch some steelhead. And there's several fish that's on my bucket list, but like a sturgeon, and some pike, muskie. That's a fish of 1,000 casts, so that's kind of really low on my list. But like salmon, king salmon, and then some steelhead and stuff. Yeah, I want to go.
I've always wanted to stream fly cast in a stream. You know, the trout fishing stuff with the fly fish. I've always wanted to do that. Never have. Kind of done a little of my own redneck version of it with bass down here, you know, in Texas. So, because I don't fish like a typical bass fisherman. I don't do all that fancy foo-ha-ha bullshit. Dude, take you some string line, pull you some excess off, get you a swing going, find out where you want to go, and then just swirl that bad boy and sling it right over there, and it'll just let that worm float down. Then bad boys shoot out from the bank in a heartbeat.
I can whip a fly, man. I had an old man teach me how to fly fish when I was really young.
I was watching a video how this old boy was doing the underhand roll cast, and he was skipping, and of course he does these fishing tournaments and stuff in the Bass Pro, the big ones. But anyway, he was giving a demonstration video how he goes, first you just start off nice and slow, just over hand, then get your aim down. He goes, and then you can really, and then it showed him when he was on the water, right up underneath these trees and stuff, up in the grass, the tall grass. And I'm like, you've done that a few times.
Yep. Let's see, Mike says Hump Tulips River, Washington State, secret spot. Aha. And Ken said fried yellowfin, lake perch, or walleye. Hey, I got a
Here's
question
my
for you. So,
favorite.
Kim, when you fry your perch, do you just cut the heads off and then fry fins and all? Like just scale them and cut the heads off? That's
I
how we fry
fillet
perch
'em.
down here.
Perch is deep fried perch is my favorite fish right there. That's fillet them suckers and deep fry 'em. Giant platter of that. Get me in trouble.
Oh, Anna says smoked sturgeon is excellent made with brown sugar brine. Well, you can't go wrong with brown sugar. Oh, no, but my mom did. Yeah, that's how we do them down here. You just catch perch. You gut them, you clean them, cut the head off, scale them. You cook them fins and all. You just deep fry them fins and all. Crunch, crunch, crunch. So what kind of fish is that, Monty?
That's a perch.
That's a perch?
That's a perch.
Right, perch.
Different than what the perch we call here, though.
Y'all got some weird perch.
Yeah.
We got sun perch.
Here in Michigan, if you want to really hit the perch hard, you find a sandbar in the middle of the lake where it's shallow. The more shallow, the better. But it can't be a sand, it can't be a berm. It has to be underwater. And if you can find, in the middle of a lake somewhere where there's something like that, where you can just step out of the boat and walk, that's where your perch are going to be. I've always done really well on those sites.
We know your dish is Swedish fish, Devil Dog, by the bag.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kim says I'm into filleting fish more now.
I didn't even know they still made Swedish fish. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, our local fish biologist. Of course, this is the same one that he's always said no. Back in the early '90s, when he was a substitute teacher filling in, sometimes he's like, "There's no mountain lions around this area, Monty. Not in eastern Kansas." I'm like, "Really? I've seen them firsthand. I've seen a little black bear cub. I've seen a couple other things too." And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay." So when I showed him a picture of this, I was like, "Look at this perch." He goes, "That's not a perch." I'm like, "Show me a picture of a perch." Then it was kind of similar to the one that's on that video thing I just played. And I'm like, "Okay, whatever, Mr. Know-It-All."
Oh, Kim, so into filleting fish more now. Had a boyfriend who fished crappie in Fairhaven, Michigan. And hey, have you gotten really into the filleting to where you take it and you basically go right in behind the gill? You go underneath and you run that thing, and then you just take and flip your knife and flip that piece over, and then just run right down the skin. That's when you become a fillet person.
And then flip it out, do the other side, flip it out, and then when you come back.
My grandpa could do a catfish in the blink of an eye, man. You just hand him that, and by the time it hit the thing, he had already gone down. It would have the head and then the scales with the fins on it, and then the skin hanging down from the tail with and it was like, damn, and it'd be two pieces of meat. Then you wash them bad boys down, then you put them in some milk and egg over in some flour, and then poof, into the grease.
Y'all are really making me want to go fishing.
Hell yeah, you gotta throw a lure, man. Throw a hook. Get you a hook. Throw a hook.
Get a line wet.
I lived on a big lake here in Michigan as a kid, and that lake, I know that lake, under and above, is still pretty much the same.
Hey, Garrett.
And I'm probably going to be visiting that place soon.
That's another thing, boy. If I see that chair, like talking about with bug out or that other sea, I could go down and I could go fishing then. My hover around one ain't happening. See, I really didn't think that through. Nowadays, I wish I'd have got something different. But at the time, hell, I was going to try to get into a hospital or being able to go to like the store and places, and so thought, well, the indoor one. And now I have zero trust for the medical field, so I should have just stuck with the outdoor version, and then I could have been jacking around in my yard, going fishing and stuff.
Hey, Garrett. Kim keeps threatening me with a good time.
I see how you are, Garrett.
Oh, here. He can probably hear you. So you want me to tell him for you? Hey, Garrett, Monty said hi.
Oh, he's blue. Never mind. Usually I say Garrett by, whoops, look, you got tongue out. He's got me. We always go back and forth. Oh, hi, Monty. Yeah, I see how it is, Garrett.
Hey, at least you get Ohio. There's a few people nowadays I don't even give shit. I say hi. I don't even bother no more. It's like whatever.
If I'm busy doing something, I got to admit, if I'm doing something, I've got to write or sew or something, I won't say anything in chat, because if I say something in chat, I'm going to have to say hello to 50 people. So if I decide I'm going to say something in chat, I'll come in and I'll tag everybody I see directly that I can scroll up, and I'll try to get them all in one greeting. All right. And sometimes it takes a couple of those full paragraphs of people to say hello to, so I can get them all over with and get them all, because I want to say hello to everybody. I don't want to be rude, but man, it's a lot of work to say hello to 100 people to jump into a big chat.
Oh, well, yeah. That's why all I usually do is I'll type and I do my little at the person. Like if I go over to Steve's, I just say Steve's name, panel, and chat. Hey, everybody. I hope everybody had a good day. There we go. Because I am not fixing to type on that phone. I can't type on it.
Yeah, because
once you know what I'll do now, too, is I'll just jump up on a panel. So I'll say, hey, everybody in chat, how y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Because it's easier this way.
Yeah, because once you get done saying hi to mostly everybody, then you got fresh people coming in by the time you get done. That's why I always try and address the creator and everybody on the panel, and then down below that I'll say hello everyone.
Well, Garrett says sometimes Monty will jump in chat and be like, I can't tag everyone, so hi everyone, and then okay, bye, LOL.
See? Garrett knows. He's seen me do it a few times. Hope you're having a good weekend, Garrett. Speaking of, I think it's about time for me to mosey on out. Thanks, brother, for having me up on here.
You got it, buddy.
You going to be on later on tonight?
Yeah, I'll be starting at midnight.
Right on.
I'm gonna start at
Later,
midnight, and then I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna try to go all the way till well, it's gonna be 1 p.m. for me, because I figured, no wait, how did I figure that again? I don't know. I gotta think of that again. You caught me off guard. I had it planned out where it was the time zones where I could hit the 3 p.m. for each one.
3 a.m.
No, 3 p.m. You do know that 3 p.m. on Memorial Day is a moment of silence?
Oh,
it used to be encouraged across the nation at 3 p.m. on Memorial Day. You take a moment of silence.
So then tomorrow, not tonight.
Right. No, I'm starting streaming tonight.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try to run as long as I can.
I got you. Right. I knew it was around in that time. I couldn't remember if it was 1 or 3 for the moment of silence. But yeah. Devil Dog, good seeing you. Kim. All right. Much love. God bless. Always remember those that
the ultimate.
Yep. Most definitely. Much love, guys.
Later, sir.
This soundtrack kind of reminds me of a video game or something.
Right, we gotta make the guy jump up on the next platform. shoot through the zombies, jump down the tunnel hole. It's a
Yeah, something like that. You know, the next stage, the next level.
keep pushing. Let's see. Devil Dog says, Kim, what you doing later? I'm in Livingston County, Michigan. I have no plans whatsoever. Living the life. Macomb, Macomb County. Is that Macomb or Macomb? How would you say that, Carl? Do you say Macomb County? Macomb?
It's Macomb.
Macomb.
I lost Macomb. Actually, you know, about that bald thing you were talking about earlier, I don't even miss my hair, brother. That stuff was a pain in the ass. I got pictures of me with hair in the 70s that it grew outward. I was the only white guy I knew that carried a pick, all right? Because you weren't pulling no comb through my hair. It was wild and, you know, grew outward, didn't grow down. You know, I don't miss that stuff, no. It's easier this way.
Yeah, this is real easy maintenance.
Please.
Uh-oh. Oh, here's Mr. Fluffy Hair.
Yeah, this shit's getting a little wild.
How are you today?
Oh, not too bad. Just
Hey,
taking a
truth
break.
matters.
Just taking a break. Been playing in the garden all day.
Oh, there
I was
you
going
go.
to say, it looks like you're inside of one of those shelters, little gazebos.
Yep.
Hell yeah, there you go. Hey, Michelle.
I got to set my tent up, man, so I can do some streaming from that. You had that army truck out playing with it yet? Oh, are you anywhere near the army? Are you near the army truck? Show me the army truck.
No, that's in the property right near Argentine, Michigan. Yeah,
Is it green? What color is it?
it's green. And it actually has yellow numbers on it.
So it's a 70s M35?
Yep. It actually, we found paperwork that actually ties it into the Marine Corps.
Oh,
Hey,
right
Chief.
on.
That's why I got the yellow numbers on it.
Yep, right on, man. Have you ever heard of the Michigan Military Vehicle Preservation Association, the MVPA here in Michigan? Do you know any of those guys?
No, I bought it to play with, and I do. I do a good job playing with it.
Yep. You see the way they turn them into bobbers now? They'll turn them into four-wheel.
This is a nice 6x6. I ain't gonna screw with it. I got it
Right,
stuck
right.
last month, and I wish I had Oshkosh.
Ooh, M916 or something?
8x8.
That's
Yeah.
a mover.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. M35s will get you almost anywhere, and you can take half the house with you.
M35s, is that the Deuces?
Yep, that's it. That's the Deuces, and he's got one of the early ones. It's a multi-fuel engine on yours, isn't it? Run on gas, diesel, all that.
Yeah, it doesn't give a crap. Just throw something in it, it'll run. Yeah, but the low end torque on it, that thing is so sick. You wind it out full RPMs and you're about 5 miles an hour. So if you get a chain around a fart, you can pull the smell off it.
Yep.
I used to know those inside and out. That was my thing. 63 Bravo. I was a mechanic.
I keep seeing a lot of the M105 trailers, the same size trailers that match the M35s.
Right.
Keep seeing a lot of those. because people think they're the 101s, and they get them, and they're too big for their other vehicles, so they
Yeah.
end up trying to sell it.
Yeah, way too big.
Yep.
Yeah, those big
I think I
trailers,
see.
you can pick them up for next to nothing compared to getting the smaller one.
Yeah, grand and up, depending on how good they are.
Yep.
And I see some generator units, boy. They're only a fraction of what it costs the government to get those.
Right.
Well, that weather sure is looking nice up there, Dito.
Yeah,
It is nice
that's
out
why
here.
Carl and I are scared, because when it's nice like this, the shit's gonna hit the fan probably tomorrow or the next day.
Well, hopefully it's not tomorrow. Hopefully it's the next day.
I'm just happy it didn't rain on my little parade yesterday. You heard about what I did at my township, right?
No.
Oh, I noon yesterday we started constitutional talk and everything else. Well, okay, let's back it up a little bit farther. 2 Mondays ago, I walk in to the township and I say, hey, I'm gonna have something down in your little bowl area, your little pit.
Is this the screen thing you were telling me about?
Yeah, we had that big 200-inch screen up, and the next thing I know, I'm getting served papers of cease and desist. Okay, well, I can't stop doing something I haven't done yet, because they told me about a permit and these fees and everything else. I go, screw you, I have a right to assemble. So let's see, Thursday we spent 6 hours in court fighting over it. And then Friday it took about a half hour, because as soon as I got up to the court, I put in a claim against the township supervisor, the judge, the prosecuting attorney, and some other ass clown for violation of my rights and all this other stuff, violation of their oath. The prosecutor, I brought up charges of fraud. And it took them a half hour to decide to dismiss everything and tell me to have a nice weekend. So we had this little event, and the local radio station was talking about it, and the small community groups were talking about it, and we probably had 8,000 or 10,000 people there.
Hell yeah!
So I did a little Constitution talk, telling them, what the Constitution is and how it is and how it applies to you. That it's not your document, it's actually the government's document. Your rights are given you by God, so your rights are in the Bible. And, went through all this. And then it got dark, 9:30 last night. So we started playing Chris Ann Hall's non-compliant movie. And everyone just loved it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep, so I got home, I don't know, about midnight last night. So this is going to be a regular thing. I'm probably going to do it like once every 2 weeks.
I'll keep it up in the front. Keep the topic.
Well, it has to be, for the right to assemble, it has to be something for the betterment of the community.
Well,
remember when you were just
that's easy enough to hit nowadays.
The D-Dog, remember you were just discussing the third most important document last night?
Which one's the third?
Well, you said that without this one, the other two are don't mean anything.
Well, they don't. You're talking about the
it.
Lee resolution. That's way more important than either one.
Okay.
Either one of the other two.
I was looking for the name of it because I didn't hear you say the name, but you call it like a divorce from the British rule,
Right. Yeah, that's our divorce paper, the Lee resolution. That's when all the colonies got their statehood.
What year was it?
It was introduced in Early 1776, and it was ratified July 2nd of 1776. So July 2nd is actually our Independence Day.
All right, all right.
Because the Declaration of Independence shows us some of our rights and our powers as the people. But it also breaks down the 27 reasons that we separated from Great Britain.
So who was Lee?
America.
So what's the name Lee represent then?
Lee is the last name of the gentleman who scribed it.
Okay.
Because you have to have a resolution, and then you have a declaration, and then you put together a constitution or a ruling body.
So he's basically he just did the rating. He wrote it.
Well, there was 7 or 8 of them that were actually presented, but his was the one they accepted. And the Declaration of Independence in its original form was actually 4 pages.
That's the thing about running into you. Every time I do, it makes me go look at stuff.
Okay, if you want to see the second draft of the Declaration of Independence, Wall Builders, which is David Barton and Glenn
all
Beck,
the links.
they
Is that
actually
the one
own
that
it.
has all the? Is it on that one that you posted has all the links to all the pages and papers?
Oh, you're talking about that Yale document?
Right.
No, it's not on there. You have to actually go to Wall Builders. There's a YouTube video with Glenn Beck and Dave Rubin that Glenn Beck's actually showing the second draft of the Declaration of Independence, and on the 3rd page it gives all slaves freedom. And that would have been our declaration, but Georgia and South Carolina said no, and it had to be a unanimous document.
I know I got it in here somewhere. I just can't remember it. Because you had told me about the Wall Builders before.
Yeah, somebody was asking about the Founders Bible, and since David Barton is the one who put it together, instead of giving a cut to somebody else, like a publisher or whatever, I recommend that people just go straight to wallbuilders.com, to their store under Bible, and they have it right there.
Let me see. I know it's just Wall Builders. There it is.
I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to have a nice little crop of wax beans.
Hell yeah.
I love my wax beans.
I'll put that link in chat, Carl. Anybody else that's interested, that's Wall Builders.
Thank you.
Yeah, and they actually have a copy of a letter between, let's see, the original correspondence is from, God, I can't remember the preacher's name, but he's from the First United Baptist Church, and he was all worried about the First Amendment, because this is right when the Bill of Rights came out. And he wrote Thomas Jefferson all worried about it because his community wouldn't let him open up his church. And Thomas Jefferson, as a president, he replied to him to state that it means that there is a separation of church and state, that the church is allowed to meddle in with the government, but the government's not allowed to meddle with the church. And the first time in history that there is a separation of church and state is in the 1100 Charter of Liberties from Great Britain. And that's actually one of our founding documents. It's called one of our Liberty documents. And believe it or not, I hate reading.
I didn't like it when I was younger.
Hey, Miss Bonnie. And yes, ma'am, it's a D-dog.
Yeah, D-Dog is outside his cage.
Hey, Hoodoo. Yep. David Barton and Glenn Beck know more about this country than anyone in Congress does. Pretty much.
And as far as the Constitution, I don't think anyone knows more than Chris Ann Hall. David Barton is the #1 biblical scholar in the world. And David Barton and Chris Ann Hall have both been contacted by the Supreme Court to help them get an opinion on a case.
What do you call that? Influencers?
I think it's just knowledge.
Opinions. Interpretations.
Yeah, well, if you talk to Chris Ann, that the Constitution is unbending and it's totally binding, and it's just as current as the day it was written. And she has videos, you can find them on YouTube, Chris Ann Hall, Genealogy of the Constitution. And she'll take you all the way back to the Ethelred Agreement back in 1014. And that's where she says the Constitution started getting written.
Hey, Bonnie. Yeah, very interesting.
And I can't remember who I'm watching the video of. It's like the third time I've watched it. It's all about grammar and syntax. And he can easily prove that every single document, including all our treaties, are fraudulent.
All our what?
All the federal documents in almost any country are fraudulent.
No. Hey, T-girl. I was among my records, just got out of the shower. At least you got done before the heat of the day. Bonnie said I found out about the juror sheriffs yesterday, D-Dog. So, what makes them wrong?
Just the wording. That if you go back to the 1600s and the grammar used, compared to that to the people today, we read at a second grade level.
Sweet T-girl, good to see you.
I can believe that.
Yeah, you know, I haven't watched it yet, D-Dog, but Russell J. Gould did a new video drop today. That's a weird one.
I don't know who that is.
He's the Postmaster General.
Oh, is that the one they were grilling back when?
No. He's been the postmaster since what, 99?
Yeah, but they did have him in custody, and they said they starved him and all this stuff. They
Yep.
did drill him.
And I can't remember who his partner is, but he actually owns the patent on the Title IV flag.
I think he's dead. I think he's dead now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's the one who talks about syntax.
Yeah.
So the
and
Postmaster General since '99, but then they had him locked up.
Right.
Oh,
he captured the Title IV flag. And then made it legal. It's a confusing story. It's very odd.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if you want to free up 3 or 4 hours, we can get into it. Otherwise, we'll just stay away from it.
yeah. Well, I definitely didn't want to be on 3 more hours. It's already 1. I got to rest some because I was going to go live at midnight.
This is a long, and I would like that actually. Come to think of it, I would like to have that discussion.
Now, if you're up later and you want to, then we can get into it later. Because I plan on running tomorrow as long as I can. So, as long as there's something talking about, then I can stay active. That'll be my downfall.
Well, I'd hang out with you, but I got my brats and my grand-brats coming out.
There you go.
And we're going to take this, let's see, Garden 3, that's what I'm in. We're going to take and double the size of it tomorrow.
Oh,
right on, put him to work.
Hey, Sean. He said David Wayne Miller has named you, dog.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, his video that he has on YouTube is either 5 hours or 9 hours. And it's worth sitting down and watching it. But remember to get yourself a big, thick notepad and a couple of pens.
Alrighty, T-Girl, we'll have fun at your fish fry. I hope you have an awesome time. And I will see you later tonight, hopefully.
More fish.
Yeah,
Fish
I will.
on.
Might see my granddaughter tomorrow evening, but wife's working tomorrow. She's so funny too because it's her personality, because she's one of those that they go, well, we need somebody, and she just kind of stands there with that look, and they're going, hey, would you? And then it's like, yeah. And of course, the minute she says it, then she walks out to the car, shuts the door. I get the call, and then I get to hear all about how now I got to work. And it's like, but why did you say yes then? Well, I didn't know what else to say, but man, I don't want to have to work. And it's like, yeah, but it's just another day.
Well, if your boss doesn't want to work anymore, Rescue, you need a better job.
Hey, I'd gladly go back to work. I'd go back to swapping weather in a heartbeat.
Yeah, like I wish I could still swing a hammer, but I'm only good for about 15 minutes, and then my shoulder and my arm and everything else is just throbbing where I can't even move it anymore.
I'm watching you walk right now, and I would have already been over, probably on my knees, puking, and then falling over on my side and going, okay, I'll be here for about the next 4 or 5 hours, and then I might can crawl my way closer to the door.
Well, I'm walking over to show you guys why my brats and my grand-brats are going to help me double the garden. Okay?
Okay.
They want that opened.
Oh.
And if they don't help me, I'm filling that bitch with sand.
Aha. So to get water in the pool, they got to pony up, put some work in.
Yep. Oh, they reap the harvest.
It's almost like you're teaching them that they got to put some skin in the game to get something out of it.
Well, my kids and my grandkids will not say, Papa, I'm bored, because I'll throw a book, The Signers of the Declaration of Independence, and tell them to write me a 1,000-word essay on Benjamin Rush or George Clinton or somebody.
All I'm going to say is a smart kid would have
What do you
had
think of
that pool cleaned out a month ago.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's awesome right there, D-Dog. Hold on, put it right there. I'm going to put you full screen. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Need just like a little gazebo or something. Right over there next to, oh, I see right there in front of them trees. That'd be a nice one.
That tree was planted in the fall of 1929, and I know the old guy who planted it.
Oh, hell yeah. There you go.
I bet
Right.
that water hole pulls in some deer.
Yeah, well, when we moved out here in 75, 76, my dad had that.
Oh, you're starting to break up a little bit, D-Dog.
And it's full of bluegills. I walk around the pond.
Oh, damn.
We lost him. He stepped in the wrong area.
That was the wrong hole there.
Yeah. He'll
Bonnie,
come back.
right? Bonnie says, work first, then play. Oh, there he is.
If he shows up on camera soaking wet, I'm going to laugh out loud.
Oh, it's still thinking about it.
No, if he's in the wrong, he went too far away from the house or something.
Oh, yeah. It's contemplating. It's not sure if it wants to connect or not. Hey, Mayor, how are you today? She says, hey, Risky, just dropping in to say have a blessed day, heading to my daughter's house for her birthday. Well, happy birthday to your daughter, Mayor, and I hope you have an awesome day, ma'am. Smile or be the reason somebody smiles, which I'm sure your daughter will be smiling for sure.
Smooth talker. See that how that circle's generating there on his screen? That little circle keeps going around. You need to get a GIF you could just send to people that they think there's something loading that never loads. Just
Yeah, he didn't make it.
He was walking out in the back 40. That's what happened.
Yep, here he comes again. Oh, okay, he's finally made it stationary this time is what it is.
Yeah, well, I got too close to the Wi-Fi, which has got a huge booster on it. So the cellular and the Wi-Fi were fighting over each other.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm more important. No, I am. I'm more important. No, me.
This session of Tech Talk was brought to you by D-Dog.
Right.
Yeah, lessons for all parents. To get your kids to do shit, give them a reward. If you want to eat, work in the fucking garden.
It worked on me.
Canadian Patriot said that's a beautiful property, Dodo, which that's what Sean said, nice and green. Everybody was nice in your place. Yeah, I know that does. It looked all nice and green, and it was beautiful. Oh, hey, Ridge Runner. Ridge Runner said, I just got back from an Italian restaurant. I'm stuffed.
I learned pretty young, though, D-Dog, that I could go and do stuff for other people and make money and get my own stuff.
Right.
Okay, Mayor, have a blessed day. You too, man. I'll be on later if you want to get on. Hang out.
Yeah, like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years old. I was working at a local farm and ended up buying a motorcycle with the money that I made over a summer.
Right on.
Well, that's what you were encouraged to do back then. If you wanted something, you went out and worked for it. I mean, even parents would pay their kids, you do a chore, you just, that's what you're taught. Man,
Well,
I remember I
didn't
tried
get
that with my kids. I tried that with my kids, and my kids would go to school, and then all their little friends would be going, "Oh, but now my parents and the elders." Man, that was the hardest battle, was the damn outside influence. And I didn't realize just how bad it had gotten across just the country. And then it's kind of like, that's why I've said it before, it's almost like my head came above this cloud, and it's kind of like I listen to the way everybody's talking. It's like, wait a minute, what the hell happened? Damn, did I just like wake up from a coma or some shit? I mean, damn, right's right, wrong's wrong. How'd this get so ass backwards?
You're not allowed to discipline your children anymore.
Yeah, well, they're still not allowed to tell me how to raise my children. So.
Yeah, I know, but I had no problem lighting up my kids in the store.
No, wherever you're acting up is where that happens. And if you feel a little embarrassed, then you'll think that before you act up like that again.
Yeah, but the most times that I actually got something through to the kids is not when I'm being mad. Let's see, my first generation of kids, my son and my daughter wanted the stupid ass thing for Barbie, and my son wanted a Hot Wheels car and everything else, and I told them no. And they laid down on the ground kicking and screaming, and the wife was there. So I laid down right next to him, and I was kicking and screaming, and all three of them walked away from me. That's the last time they ever pulled that shit on me.
Sean said, yeah, I was working at 13 on farms. Bonnie said, I got paid by eating what we harvest. Larry said, you know that.
Yeah, I was younger than that. I did a paper route. I did, like 1976 was a good year for me. I lived on a lake, and that bicentennial year was the year they started returnables. And it's like for the first whole year, nobody wanted to deal with the returnables. They were floating everywhere on every lake I visited. I would fill my canoe. I was making like $300 a week as a kid, picking up bottles and cans. Talk about fishing, man. I spent it all on fishing gear rescue, all of it. I went to I was a regular at Kmart, man, and I'd spend $200, in one shopping spree at Kmart, come out with everything I could think of fishing, all about fishing.
I remember taking the damn to the Coke plant. You could take the damn wooden crates with the bottles in them and turn them in, and that was the shit to do, buddy. We'd be riding down the road on bikes with them bad boys on the handlebars going, I'm going to turn these in. Have a wagon tied to your shit to pull them.
We had something called Town Club here in Michigan. You guys have Town Club Pop down there? We used to be able to go pick your different flavors and make up your own case, and then you'd take the bottles back with you in a big wood crate. Do you remember those, D-Dog?
Yeah, I remember that, and I remember getting milk in a glass container delivered to the house.
Yep, me too.
See, Larry said, you know that boy in Uvalde worked part-time at Wendy's and bought a car, 2 assault rifle worth thousands. Oh yeah, there'll be stuff coming out on that, just like the supermarket thing. And but then it just, I
think that
I'm avoiding that topic today, to be honest.
I think that was regional, D-Dog. I think not many people are going to know what Town Club is.
It doesn't sound familiar. No, like, see, down here, you could go to the Coca-Cola plant, and, you could do taste tests that you could walk through. And then you could kind of pick the different Coke flavors that they'd have, and you could do that there. But I don't remember just like a separate assortment. It was just like the Coke products you could go get. And then like we have a Bluebell, so you can like go through the Bluebell factory and do the little sampling of all the flavors and walk out with a little sample pack kind of thing.
They had their own pop flavors. There's probably maybe a dozen different flavors of pop. And they all were the same shaped bottle and everything, so you could, they all fit well together. But it was I remember it being at like co-ops or grain bins or something. Like you had to go pick it up yourself. It wasn't something that was like in a machine somewhere.
Sorry, I got to read this one. So, Canadian Patriot said, "My kids acted up. I apologized to clerk and said, unfortunately, I cannot take this at this moment, as I will not tolerate this. So I'm sorry for leaving this with you." And I walked out. Kids were in shock.
Well, you know.
He said, "Yep, milk delivered." And a man who sharpened knives, etc., also came around with an old truck.
Yep.
That was back in that was when it was promoted that you become some self-sufficient trade, learn how to take care of yourself, pay your way, instead of just, oh hell, just sign up and get some poor schmuck taxpayer to pay the way for you.
Right.
Patrick Kelly says, "Oh my goodness, I've been listening along for a few hours and forgot to say hello. Howdy, dogs, car, body, etc. Thank you for the enjoyable conversations." You got it, Patrick. No worries, brother.
Good
No
to see
worries
you,
at all.
Patrick.
I think he got infected by Gigi because he got a squirrel moment.
I have those all the time. Yeah, you can watch some of them the other streams and you'll see I was sitting here going, and then it's kind of like somebody was talking, like you could be talking to me, and then I see something, and next thing I know I'm going, and you're like, well, and that's like, oh shit, sorry, D-Dog, had a squirrel moment. I just all of a sudden I follow a word or something. Hell, one day there was something on the camera because there was a herd of deer outside, and I was kind of just got lost over there on my cameras. It's like, oh wait, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
That happens when you're on the panel and you're reading chat. It totally distracts you.
T-Girl says we're in a generation where everybody gets a trophy. Yeah, that started, I want to say, what is that, about damn near almost 20 years ago, 15 to 20 years ago, they started hinting at that whole everybody's a ribbon, everybody participation trophy.
Yeah, that was probably late 80s, early 90s.
Take cover, Hannah.
Because I remember elementary school, because right outside the principal's office, because I was such a good kid, I got to visit with the principal a lot. The 10 Commandments were right there on the wall, right next to his door.
Because you were such a good kid, right?
Canadian says, Rescue Kids said, but what about all the groceries? I said, next time I go to the store, you'll remember the way you were raised and not pull that crap. This time you're SOL.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing any of the good kids in the principal's office with me.
Well, yeah, I'm too old for participation trophy, so maybe I wasn't such a good kid.
Dude, I just can't see. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I just, it's funny because somebody called me an anomaly, and that's been emphasized by a few others because my brain just doesn't wired that way. I do not understand the thought process on how you would put your hands on something and then not try 110%. So that you could be proud that you gave all you could to do the best you could do. No matter what the hell it is, I don't understand. It's like, okay, build a damn doghouse. Well, then build a doghouse, but make it a damn good one, and you take pride of that. I mean, it's always kind of made me feel like, hell yeah, somebody acknowledged. I'm like, shit, I ain't never seen nothing. That's awesome.
That's funny you say that. I made some fancy doghouses.
Well, it's just there's no. And they try to twist the word pride and make it sound like it's a bad thing. Well, I don't think pride is a bad thing unless it's corrupting you. But to take pride in yourself and to put all your effort in, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's almost like ooh, don't you dare.
Yeah, that's funny that you brought up doghouse. When I was building houses, if the new homeowner had a dog, I'd build them a replica house for their dog that's scaled down of what their actual house looks like.
Oh, there you go.
That's awesome.
My biggest forte when it came to pets was I built a rabbit cage one time for my first wife. And she already had kids, so I had basically a stepdaughter. And her aunt gave her some rabbits. And so next thing I know, one morning, hey, she's got these rabbits and they need a cage. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. I just didn't know how. I've never known how to do anything little. You just either go all in or don't do it at all. So
Right.
next thing I know, I have this rabbit cage condo built with damn lights inside and even a little ceiling fan to keep it cool in the summertime. It took 4 people to pick that up. It had 4x4 legs, treated, all
Right.
wrapped, had little platforms, and then when they came to pick it up, and it was like, holy crap, and it was like, well, I don't know how else you do it. You just either go all in or don't do it.
Right. Yeah, my girls, ever since they were little, they've raised rabbits. And we came up with an agreement. They can have as many rabbits as they want, but all of them have to be named the same thing. And every rabbit's name is Hassenpfeffer.
Is that from Laverne and Shirley, that beer company?
No, Hassenpfeffer is actually German stew.
Hey, Hudo. Hudo says you've been on for 3 hours. Don't you need rest for tonight? Yeah, probably here in just a little bit. And then let's see, Sean said everything is handed to kids these days and just glued to their phones and nothing else matters. Yeah, but see, here's the funny thing is, because you're right, but it's not just the kids. It's all the adults too.
And the grandparents now.
Yeah, and it's this instant. I laughed because I got to say, whenever these phones first took this turn with all these apps, I even laughed and told my wife. I said, oh my God, it's like we just turned the whole country into crack addicts because they all want instant gratification now. They want, I need my answer right here, right now. If you don't answer fast enough, then damn it, there must be a problem. What's the deal? And it's like, man, I do want to say, I want to read this one to you because Patrick says, I got to say cheers to you, Devil Dog. You're widely admired here as seemingly the most dangerous person to walk into a courtroom and set them all in a straight line.
You should see me when I go to a Capitol building.
Hey, Gordian. What's up, buddy? Dusk to dawn lights came on because the storm made it dark, but there are no advisories.
I could almost picture you and Uncle Sam get up, Devil Dog.
Well, okay, I was told young when you're talking to people, you're supposed to dress up, have a nice jacket and a nice tie. So I got a jacket that has little American flags all over it, and I have a tie that's really ugly that has a great big eagle on it. And I always wear my T-shirt and sometimes cut-offs or whatever when I go to court.
Guardian said everyone's waiting to be offended and everyone is owed everything in 2022. It is, and that's kind of, see, that's that system shit. And man, I don't know. That's like I said, some of this, sometimes it's hard for my brain to connect and I try to understand, but I just, which, I mean, I raised my kids. Hell, my oldest, that's me and my wife still talk about him because he was spoiled by his grandparents and has no connection and respect for items and things and taking care of stuff. And well, guess what? Whenever you're that way, it translates across the board because it's the way you think. So if you take care of stuff, then you take care of most things. And somehow that was actually a learning curve because I was not prepared for a Southern grandparent, pew sitting grandparent to actually be the core of the problem, and yet was the core of the problem.
Yeah, when I was a lot younger, my dad told me how to raise a child, and it starts right about here.
Well, you just, and I guess what it's weird too, because like going through all that with them and conversing with people, it's like their main goal was to be friends. And it's like with but you can't be a friend, especially not in the early years, because it's either that or you don't have a normal child, because an inquisitive mind is going to touchy feely, smell, taste, look at everything because it's all new shit. And so you got to be the person that puts the boundaries up, and if you don't, bad shit's probably going to happen. And that's kind of what's happening, because that's it's just little things. It's like you try to tell a young person about yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes or no sir, what? And it's that whole initial reaction. It's like, well, why would you even react that way? Why would that sound so atrocious to you? Oh, it's because that's the message you've been fed.
Well, my kids know to say please and thank you. Even when we're at a restaurant and they always say please, I'd like this, and give their order, and please somewhere in it.
May I please and thank you. Those aren't complicated words.
Nope, they're real easy. And if you're nice and courteous to your server, you get great service too.
Well, it's like that. Hell, look at that. Now it's already rewritten on your receipt in a lot of these restaurants of what you're gonna tip, regardless of the service you just got. And it's like, no, that's not how that works.
That's why I pay cash for everything.
Yeah, I'll decide that, and I've even been prone to say it out loud. I mean, it's kind of, especially when you get some of them that you get that first glass of tea, and then you wait, and then finally have to flag one down to get the second one, and you don't even bother with the third because you now are so frustrated. Oh yeah, that's the one when you put the dollar on the table and you look them in their eye and go, maybe you ought to pay more attention, and then that would be more, and then you slide that dollar over towards that book and get up and walk away.
What I do is I take 20 singles with me, and I tell the waitress that every time somebody's drink is empty, $1 goes away. And you'll be surprised, the drink is half empty, the waitress will get her ass over there and go refill that.
Well, because it's acknowledging another person, not just that it's your job in that particular role, but it's the fact that even outside that job, you go, look, most people don't pay attention to the next person.
Right.
They're going from point A to point B, and you're in the way. I don't know. That's what I wish people. It's like I wish, man, if I'd have won the lottery, I'd be trying to figure out some way to broadcast, the Star Spangled Banner, national anthem. Just pump that over and over. Remind people this shit isn't free. You've been lied to, and you have this wrong narrative thinking that this is just all going to stay like this, regardless of what they do to this country. And it's like, you don't understand. There's no other place like this.
So, Rescue, would you like me to tell you how you can do that for free?
Do what?
What you want to do.
Broadcast that?
Yep.
How can I do that for free?
Get a hold of your cable provider and tell them that you need access to the public access room. And you can get a half hour or an hour show every single week. And your different broadcasting stations that are around you, it doesn't matter if it's radio or TV, you can actually get a half hour broadcast time.
I'll have to look into that. Yeah, because I don't remember ever. Matter of fact, at the head end, you're not even allowed in that head end without security clearance because of the phone bank system.
Yeah, but there's a public access room that you have full access to.
See, I'm trying to think like with Suddenlink, that must be. I bet then if that's actual a written down thing that they have to follow, then it's probably out in the most uncomfortable spot. So I bet you that's some probably little room in their headquarter office or something.
No, it's usually a room at one of their towers.
Because there's never, I know well, 1, 2, 3, 4 systems that I worked all around here. There's no, it's all locked. You get security clearance to get in. There's no outside access because it's got a phone system tied to those, and they don't allow public access to the phone banks.
Right,
An
but
electrician even has to have somebody.
It doesn't have access to the phone bank. All you have is access to the broadcast room.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. I'm trying to picture that because it's like the head ends are pretty much you're just looking at 4 square walls, and then like the tower bases are pretty much the same thing. It's just they're mini head ends.
Right.
But there's no separate rooms in those. But I could see that happening at the office where like dispatch, billing, front counter stuff and all that would take place. Maybe it's something there, but I've never heard of it. But now we had public channels that we pumped in, and we had heard people had pre-recorded shows.
Right.
Maybe that's some kind of new way around it is you record it and send it in and they put it on the air or something.
Well, you know who owns the airways, right?
What do you mean?
The people own the airways. That's our property.
Well, wouldn't it be their hardware though? Wouldn't it be kind of like
they're using our property, and we can take back that right anytime we want.
Which part's our property?
The air, everything going through the air.
Well, yeah, but that's not their equipment then.
Well, it's their equipment, but it's our air. We can tell them they can't broadcast anymore, and then they can't.
But don't they have a right to a business?
They're a business. They have no right. They have rules and regulations. They don't have rights.
Well, I guess I don't understand the connection. Because, I mean, I get what you're saying as far as, hey, you can screen whatever you want and the air is ours. It's like the rain. I'm blown away by California. It collects rain. It's like I thought it fell and it was everybody, wherever it landed. But it's that you're going to be using then their dishes and then their receivers and their tuners and their decoders and all that to then put this out into their subscriber base.
Right.
And so that would be the connect, is that versus you going out here and being the dude on the corner saying, I can say whatever I want when I want. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is it the public utility thing is the tie? If like once they become established as a public utility, then that opens the door?
Well, they have to be a public utility just for them to use the airway.
Well, not necessarily, because you can use it with a CB or a ham. Now, the government wants you to be a licensed ham operator.
That's kind of cute. Now, I fought that a couple times. It's an easy fight.
I personally have never understood that. The way they grill you through all that, and it's like you'd think that they were going to furnish you with the ham radio at the end of all that.
Right. Well, I remember when people had to have a license for the radio phone.
Well, but think about that, D-Dog. So the radio, a ham radio, you up and decide, hey, you know what? I want to see about a ham radio. Oh, okay, well, you need a license. Oh, look into that versus going and putting a damn 100-mile-an-hour motor vehicle on the road. Driving, you can get a driver's license in the blink of an eye. But oh no, don't you dare sit at that damn table and talk on this radio now. We need to make sure you really know what you're doing now. You might hurt somebody's ears.
Yeah. Well, you have to figure out what fight you want, because every fight can be won just by using two Supreme Court opinions. But we'll get into that later, Rescue. You got to get some sleep, and my phone is at 1%.
Oh, yep, you're
Yeah,
about
mine's almost dead too.
Y'all
It's
need to
been
charge
fun.
it. Appreciate you, D-Dog. I think I just lost you there. I think that just did it in. Hopefully you hear this. Appreciate you, brother. Have a great afternoon. Oh, there he's in for a blink.
Yep. Have fun, kid.
Later, sir.
See you somewhere
my
soon,
bad.
man.
Later, D-Dog.
Well, thank you, sir, for straightening that out.
You're welcome, sir. I try to clean up my mess.
Okay, sir.
I don't mind. It's making your hair even stick out even farther.
Yeah, well, it's the smoke that's coming out from underneath it for hearing
Yeah.
that third thing.
It's like, another 3-letter word.
Son of a...
Have you ever seen a mad scientist with a good hairdo? I mean, come on.
Nope.
No.
And I'm an artist with a pen.
There you go.
Okay, have fun, kids. I'll probably see you tonight, Rescue.
Alrighty, sir. I'm sorry. Damn it. I
Later.
didn't see it was a habit. I couldn't help it. I looked up. Have a good one, bub.
Yep,
Appreciate
and
you.
Carl, I'm really glad you had a chance to see me today.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah. You're welcome.
I'll send an invite whenever I go to start, but it's whenever, just if you can, cool. If you can't, if it later, whenever, just so that way I know I got it done. Now, some I try to just go ahead and send because I know you guys are crashing or doing or busy or whatever. But
Well, you know that I have that 6 o'clock alarm that tells me, hey, go to bed, dumbass.
yep. So I got to catch you before 6.
Yep.
Later, Double Dog.
Okay, later.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you guys too.
Let's see, Sister Marie says, I say, hey, y'all in chat, so I cover everyone, just vision issues, no disrespect to anyone. Oh, shoot, no, Sister Marie. She's a sweetheart. That is the one Canaan lady right there. Her and the rest of them Canimals. Got Sophie, Monique King, Random. You got Mr. JR. Nikki. Gosh, there's a whole bunch of them. Oh, hey, with Matt says, oh, what's up, Matt? Hi, Rescue just stopped in to say, hey, love your show, but our potted plants have to go to the garden because of fuses. All righty, buddy. Have a good one,
I gotta
Matt.
get some this day. I gotta catch some of this day. It's too nice. I'm gonna have to get off here too, Rescue.
All righty, brother.
You're gonna end it anyways, right?
Yes, sir. I'm going to end it here in just a minute. I do believe you'll get some rest for tonight.
Right on, man. Appreciate it. I'll see
Later,
you
Mr.
somewhere
Cole.
soon.
I appreciate you, brother. William says, I hope I didn't miss anything exciting. They wanted me to visit. Nah, just sat there and just shooting shit. Dad for service, you're running long or late today. I just got on for a few hours, wanted to kind of just chill and chat and visit with people. I'm fixing to get off, and then I'm going to give me some rest tonight. I'll be on starting at midnight. And I'm going to try to run as long as I can. Try it's my own little way I can try to show some respect to the people that paid the ultimate price and allowed me to have the liberties and freedoms to do just this. Oh, what we got? We got Canadian. I bet there's someone as the likes of Double Dog on our side. Right, Patrick? Let's say get some rest, and we'll see you at some point later tonight. Much love and prayers for all. Alrighty, Canadian Patriot. Have you a good afternoon. Alrighty, Patrick. Yep, you have a good day. Yeah. Alrighty, Mr. Tony. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call it. I'm going to get me some rest, and I'll be on at midnight. Anybody that wants to come join me. I'm just going to kind of go over just different things. Nothing. I got nothing like major plan type thing. I've just got some stuff I figured I'd pull up, cover over, the reason behind the poppies, the reason behind the day. So I'm going to try to, I'm going to start at midnight Central Time. And I'm just going to try to go as long as I kind of can. And we'll see how it happens. So I hope everybody has a good afternoon. Hope you have a good evening. Be sure and smile, or be the reason somebody smiles. And if you are around family members and having a gathering this evening or this afternoon, please take a moment, offer a prayer, offer a thought, a remembrance. We have this weekend to remember and honor those that paid the ultimate price. So, as we walk and we enjoy those over here, we just keep that in mind. It's needed more today than ever. And so with that, guys, I will, I just appreciate everybody being here. Peace out. Everybody have a great day. Remember, as Casey Kasem says, keep your feet on the ground, but keep reaching for the stars. With that, much